Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk episode 52, a massive episode. As always, I am sat alongside my incredibly handsome co hosts, Tyler, Seth, and Cam. This is our 1 year anniversary episode. We have been doing this for 1 year. And to start off, we cannot thank you guys enough for the support and the engagement that you give us. That is the biggest reason why we're able to come on here every week and talk for 52 weeks straight with each other. We love shooting our shit. We love talking, but it's you guys and your engagement and your followings that really help us, do this on a weekly basis. This is also a special episode because it is the first episode in a few weeks where the four of us are back together. So first off, massive shout out to there goes Cam's webcam.
It's so funny how it tracks.
I love that. I love that it's like AI and it follows.
Now I can't
yeah, you're gonna be caught in 4K. No matter what you do, you're getting caught.
My dog's like eating random napkins, and I can't go in the street way and try to act like I'm not taking a napkin from my dog. So it's just this thing tracks me, but I think when I wave, it stops or it starts. If I
does it go up as well?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
If you're listening to this episode and not watching it, I believe Cam and Tyler have the AI webcam that follows them. So if they move, it will automatically follow them, which I think is hysterical. But like we said, first episode in a while that it's been the four of us. This has been such a busy summer between the four of us in terms of travel, work, engagements. So first off, big shout out to Alex, Soups, Sammy, and Keon for stepping in as co-hosts over the last couple of weeks. If you haven't checked out those episodes, did I mispronounce his name?
Yeah, badly, I think.
No, I said Cam. Before you joined, he pronounced it differently, but then even worse, he's gotten better. It's Keon.
What did I just say?
You said Keon.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you just said.
It was good. It was good.
Either way, shout out to those four beautiful gentlemen for stepping in as co-hosts. If you haven't checked out those episodes, go back and watch them. They are hilarious. They do a bunch of rankings, a bunch of drafts, some really fun episodes with them. So shout out to them for stepping in. But let's get into it. This is such a massive episode. Like we said, it's our 1 year anniversary. So we're going to basically give you guys a massive 3-hour special. We are going to draft things. We are going to rank things. Cam has a Jeopardy trivia ready for us to go. But as always, as we love to start our episodes, how has everyone been? Like we said, it's been a while since the four of us has sat down together. Seth, how have you been over the last, week or two?
Yeah, good. Pretty much the norm, working wise. Went to with my with Anna and my mum. Went to a cottage for a few days. Went for some walks and stuff. That was nice to get out in the fresh air. It's been pretty standard for me the past few weeks. I've been on. Obviously, I was off. I've had a few events and stuff like that. I went to go and visit my dad. I went to go somewhere with Anna. So I've been off and on. Like you said, this is the first time we're back together in how long? 4 of us?
6 episodes, I believe.
Oh wow, yeah. Yes. So this is I'm just excited to get into it. I've been fine. Most people have been seeing what I've been doing, but I'm just excited to get into it again with all four of us for the first time in such a long time. It feels good. But pretty standard as far as I'm concerned for me. Like most of the same stuff. Just been on a few day trips away, that sort of thing. But nothing major as of note yet. But we are looking to go somewhere in the next month or so. But we're going to try and do it in a week period so we don't have to miss more episodes.
New York?
Yeah.
You coming to New York?
No, this is the same thing. Now you're back. You can't be doing this again.
Is it somewhere outside of the UK or somewhere within?
Yeah. We just don't know exactly where yet because we haven't been away since June of last year. So we'll find somewhere to go soon, but probably in a week rather than.
I don't know if you know this, but New York is outside the UK.
Indiana.
I want to go to New York
this time of year. It's beautiful this time.
Arizona's not.
No, I believe.
I'd rather go to Indiana, visit Carmi. I'd rather do that. Can't lie.
Indiana, we won't have a lot of people. It's just
that's perfect. That's perfect for Seth.
That's all you need, man.
Seth realistically will be in New York for 1 day. He'll use the subway once, and he'll look at Anna and go, "Let's go back to the UK right now."
Yeah. I don't know how train systems work, to be honest with you. I'd never use the subway. Just I can't.
They suck. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter, but I frequently tweet out
yeah, we know.
We see,
we know. We see these.
I've thought about not following you on Twitter.
Cam, how have you been?
I'm great. Bailey right now is sick, so he's just kind of like he's wonderful as always. He's just grumpy right now because he obviously he doesn't know why he's sick. He doesn't know why he's not feeling well, so he's just like grumpy and just wants to be held. And so we're just taking care of him is a little bit extra. And I always say everything, even any mediocre task, is 1.5 million times harder just with a baby screaming in the background. I guess he is a toddler now. He had his 1-year birthday. I'm sure I mentioned that at some point on the pod in the past couple weeks. But yeah, he's really good. I got a brand new computer, a full-on desktop computer. So I've been playing a lot of video games on Twitch. Seth, you raised your hand.
I don't know how I did that.
Okay, sounds good. I thought you had a point to make. I had this camera for a while, but it didn't work on my PC my PC. So now that it does, it tracks me. But when I started the episode, it didn't. And then when I waved for that intro, it started tracking me. So I don't know how to get it off. Not a whole lot going on other than that. Follow the Twitch if you haven't already. Cam Walsh 27. Quick plug.
What are you guys playing on Twitch?
I play a lot of Valorant.
Valorant?
I play a lot of Valorant. It's basically search and destroy. It's like CS:GO. If you ever heard of any of the games like that, but it's basically like a 5v5 search and destroy. Kind of one of those things. But the characters have special abilities. I suck ass, man. I am genuinely so fucking bad. And I got okay. So it came out in quarantine and I got okay at it. But I've never played any PC video games. I always played on Xbox and stuff. So just the keyboard's different. Obviously it throws me off, but sometimes I play with Alex and Sammy, to COD we were texting Soups. We're trying to get Soups on a stream, and last night he was available, but I don't think Sammy or I were. So I guess when this comes out, it'll be a week and a half ago he was available. But that's really all that's been going on with me. Not a whole lot. Starting a new job when this episode airs will be my first day. Actually, that's Labor Day, so the day after. So yeah, starting a new job. That's fun. But
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that. I got this job about 3 months ago. It's an internal new job. So I got this job 3 months ago, and I simply haven't moved because they never found my backfill until recently. And now it's a chain of events. And so glad to finally be moving to this new position. That's all that's going on with me.
Very nice. Tyler, how you been?
Been good, yeah. Been a while since we've chatted. Obviously, I got engaged 21 days ago at this point, so 3 weeks ago from today.
Congratulations.
So that was a big move. Well, I guess people listen to this. It was a month ago at this point, but yeah. So that was huge. Obviously, been super crazy busy with travel, which is why we've had to be super flexible with these episodes, which I really appreciate. The co-hosts stepping in as well as you guys being flexible because obviously 3 weeks ago from when we're recording this, I was in Sedona for my engagement. And then last weekend I was in Destin, Florida for my friend's bachelor party. So we had to do the double episode the weekend before to prepare for it. This weekend we're doing another double episode because next weekend I'll be in Nashville, Tennessee for a different bachelor party. And then 2 weeks after that, I'll be at one of my friend's weddings in Seattle, Washington. So not only am I gone every other weekend, but I'm every corner of the country, just going everywhere. So lots of travel, lots of double episode weekends, but hopefully once this wedding season ends, because I just have 2 bachelor parties and 2 weddings, but they're just spread out so evenly that it's just eating away at my time. Then hopefully, we'll be able to get back into the swing of things, but it's been fun getting guests on, doing different styles of episodes, but yeah, just lots of travel. That's not really going to let up until October. So I've been super busy, but yeah, other than that, things have been good. Yeah, the bachelor party in Florida, man, dude, I'm not a Florida guy. I don't think many people are, to be fair. But
Florida stinks outside.
Yeah, dude. So listen to this. This Airbnb to me should get 0-star automatically. So when we were in Florida, it was about 99 degrees, but then with humidity, it was probably 107 every day. So just crazy swampy, disgusting. And the thing that sucks about humidity is In Arizona in the desert, like at night, once the sun goes down, it'll get down to like 60 at like midnight or so once the sun's been down for a bit. But in the swampy Florida, like it's still like 90, pitch black at night. The Airbnb, we had 25 people in the Airbnb, so packed. And the host locked their AC, so 78 was the lowest it would go. No, so with 25 people, horrible. It never even got to 78. So like 81 was the lowest it ever got. So like outside, it was always like 100 degrees during the day, 90 at night. Inside the Airbnb, it was like 82. I would just we were all just sweaty the whole weekend. Like that's 0 star. Like if you're an Airbnb, you got to let people crank that AC down. That's the best part about hotels. Every time I go to the hotel, I go right to that AC unit and I just throw it at 60 and just freeze my ass off. But
yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah, but hopefully the weather looks better for Nashville next weekend. I haven't been to Nashville since like I was in sixth grade. Yeah, that's a very classic like that's like the middle of America version of like Vegas, where like everyone loves to go have a bender of a weekend.
It's Nash Vegas.
Yeah,
Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas. What's the East Coast? I guess the East Coast would be like Atlantic City, which is just kind of greasy. City. But yeah, so it should be fun. And then obviously you got Seattle for the wedding coming up, and then another wedding in Minneapolis. Just lots of travel, hectic. But yeah, I'm excited to hear now about like George, like Greece, the engagement, so much updates. Wow. It feels like it's been ages.
Yeah. So obviously I've been gone for the last 2 weeks. So again, I appreciate you guys letting me take some time off. And again, I appreciate the co-hosts, the 4 guests for stepping in my place. You guys fucking killed it. Podcast naturals, like I texted all of you guys. But yeah, I've been in Greece. We were there for my cousin's wedding. So I kind of figured, I'm in Greece, might as well, do the engagement there, no, I guess, more beautiful place. So yes, got engaged in Greece. Big month of engagement for the ReelTok co-hosts. So we're all obviously
Someone
very
messaged
happy
me about that and asked if we'd done
it. Yeah. So for those wondering, Tyler and I did not plan on that one. But it's just funny how it worked out. But Greece was fantastic. A big, massive shout out to my mom, who just put together the best itinerary possible. We made the absolute most of our 2 weeks there. We hit so many different towns, so many different beaches, so many different restaurants. It was a beautiful 2 weeks. So just massive shout out to my mom for organizing everything and just giving us the best 2 weeks possible. But yeah, Greece was great. I don't know if you guys have like been away for 2 weeks, but that was the first 2-weeker I've taken since like starting a career. It's a long time.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. By day like 10, 11, I was like, I really just want to be in my apartment, like sitting on my couch watching a movie. Obviously loved being in Greece and loved hanging out, but 2 weeks is a long time to be away from home. Obviously I loved being away from work for 2 weeks, but just being away from like a familiar setting for 2 weeks, it's the first time I've done that in my entire career. So it was a very interesting feeling because like obviously super happy to be in Greece, but at the same time, just wanted to be in my apartment, sitting on my couch. Obviously, FOMO kicked in, listening to your episodes without me. So leading up to recording this episode, I was just getting hype as fuck left and right. But yeah, it was a good 2 weeks. And again, big shout out to my mom for organizing such a fantastic trip. But let's get into our episode. Like we said, we have a massive special for you guys for our 1 year anniversary. So what we're basically going to do, we have each selected a topic and we're each basically going to host our own topic. So think of this episode as basically 4 real quicks packed into one. We're going to start off with the George section, and my selection of choice is we are going to be ranking our top 10 first watches of 2023, excluding 2023 releases. So you won't see the likes of, Oppenheimer or Across the Spider-Verse or Past Lives in this. We're going to exclude 2023 releases. Then we're going to jump into Seth's section. In classic Seth fashion, he has asked us to rank our top 5 pre-1960s movies. Then we're going to jump into Cam's section. Cam has organized a lovely Jeopardy for me, Tyler, and Seth to battle against each other. And then we will end it with Tyler's section. And Tyler has chosen a draft of films we have reviewed on the podcast. So let's just get right into it. We're starting with our top 10 first watches of 2023. Let's just run through our 10 through 6 quickly. We can talk very quickly about that, and then we'll spend a little bit more time on our 5 through 1. So, Seth, kick us off. What are your 10 through 6 first watches of 2023?
So just 10 through 6 for now, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. 10, I've got Dogville, Lars von Trier's Dogville. 9, I have Billy Wilder's Some Like It Hot. 8, I have the war film The Ascent. 7, I have Seven Samurai. And 6, I have Martin Scorsese's Silence. That's my 10 through 6.
Lovely. Tyler, 10 through 6.
Okay, so let's see. Actually, I'm gonna throw a curveball and throw it over to Cam. Cam, are you ready? I need one more second to prepare this.
I need a second as well.
All right.
I'm ready.
Yeah, you go, because I need just literally 2 more seconds. So you go, George.
I'm filtering all of mine on Letterboxd.
Exactly,
right
same
now.
here. Yeah.
I'm ready, but again, just because we're doing a 4-section episode, we're gonna keep our 10 through 6 brief, and then we'll dive into more of our 5 through 1s. But my 10 through 6, number 10, Tyler will be happy to see About Time. Absolutely love that. Number 9, Cam will be happy to see Mission Impossible Fallout. Number 8,
Big win.
Seth will be happy to see This Is England. Absolutely love that
Big
one.
win.
Number 7 goes to Taste of Cherry. And then
None of us
number
are happy for
6
that one.
What? Oh yeah, no, I don't. Yeah,
I'm still happy for you.
Sorry.
Don't get me wrong.
Sorry, guys. I'll redo my list ASAP. And then number 6, a film we actually all reviewed on a real quick episode, Y Tu Mama Tambien.
Oh,
So Tyler or Cam, who is ready first?
Tyler's up.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right,
Put me in, coach. All right,
Okay.
10 through 6. So number 10, Seth will be very happy to hear. I have The Hunt at number 10. Number 9, also a real quick review, is Harry Kiri. Number 8, a movie that George also just watched recently, Do the Right Thing. Number 7, I have a movie that I can't believe I put out for so long, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. And then number 6 was the very first movie I watched 2023 on January 1st, right when the new year hit, was Before Sunrise. So those are my 10 through 6.
Interesting.
My very first watch of 2023 was actually Steven Spielberg's Minority Report, which was very close to being in my top 10, if I'm being honest. It was
Mine
very
was
close.
Carrie. Wasn't close to being.
The De Palma Carrie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just try to get it in. Like.
Cam.
This horrible podcasting. Give me 1 second.
While we wait for Cam,
Yeah.
I'll quickly shout out Minari. That was
Sure,
another
sure.
honorable mention for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if you guys have any honorable mentions, but there were so many.
Yeah,
I'm,
The
like,
Graduate for me. The Graduate
Yeah.
was really close to being so.
going through my diary. I got
Blowout was close for me.
Amadeus was
Oh,
close for me.
Perfect Blue, really close for me.
Ooh,
That was
great
yeah.
movie. The Young Girls of Rochefort. That was another movie musical. Tyler, I know how much you love La La Land. Please watch The Young Girls of Rochefort. You can, as that movie went along, I just kept thinking to myself, Damien Chazelle really thought he was slick, because he pulled a lot of influence from this one. What other first watches? Like quickly going through.
Alrighty.
Titan for me. Titan.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, Cam, 10 through 6, hit us.
Yeah, it's not perfect. Just being honest. So, we'll go at number 10. I have About Time. Tyler, first watch was this year. Shout out you. At number 8, I have, 9. Math is hard. I have Thief. Seth, that was probably your recommendation.
Win.
Big win.
At number 8, I have The Flashpoint Paradox. Slash Before Sunset, because I had 11 movies and I'm not doing this perfectly.
That's great.
So yeah. At number 7, I have Paths of Glory. And then at number 6, A Silent Voice. There,
Oh, shit.
so the issue I had is obviously I do 100, right? And it's got my movies filtered, but some were a first watch on Letterboxd, but not a first watch in my head. So that kind of threw me. I had to use my own angles for a little bit.
The Matrix
but,
is getting Cam.
Yeah,
I
the
thought it was
Matrix
me.
is getting me.
Cam is in the Matrix right now.
The Matrix is getting me for sure.
We got most
Also,
of what you were
yeah.
saying, though.
Yeah.
We got what you're saying. I'm very happy to see Flashpoint Paradox on that list.
Yeah, shout out that.
I
Two on there, I'm very happy with. Two
one
on there
of
as well.
my favorite, not even one of my favorite like DC animated movies, just one of my favorite comic book movies in general.
Yeah.
But let's get right into. We'll go around. Obviously, 1-1-1-1. Seth, what is your number 5?
So my number 5 is one that we reviewed on a Real Quick, and that is Brian De Palma's Blowout.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good pick.
Just one of the most fantastic mystery I've ever seen. It was thrilling. It was paranoia. It was a case of political cynicism. I loved every moment of it. It was an instant 5-star for me. One of the best Real Quicks we've ever done. Obviously, we'll see that later on in the episode where exactly I have that in terms of our draft. But yeah, Brian De Palma's Blowout is my number 1 from Brian De Palma, who's now become one of my favorite directors. And I've watched like 10 of his films, and it's number 1 for me. And just an incredible film that I loved from first watching. And I'm excited to watch it again, actually, because I haven't watched it since. So yeah, 5 is Blowout.
Very nice. I had a feeling that was going to be somewhere in your top 10. I
Yeah.
remember how much you love that movie. My number 5 goes to Wong Kar-wai's Chungking Express. I just absolutely love Wong Kar-wai and like his aesthetic. They're all just very like vibey movies.
Melancholic.
Yeah, melancholy, we'll call it. But I absolutely love this romance drama, dromance, if you will. I just coined that. That's my word.
Yeah,
Love
Going
that.
forward.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. But yeah, Chungking Express is my number 5. Just I love Wong Kar-wai's filmography. In the Mood for Love still is my favorite Wong Kar-wai film, but you know, between that, Chungking Express, and Falling Angels, he's just one of the best to ever do it.
Nice.
Who went next? Tyler,
I
number
think
5.
Tyler was next.
Yeah, number 5 for me is Memories of Murder. Obviously, we went into that pretty in depth in our top 20 thrillers of all time episode that Seth Keen and I did the other week, 2 weeks ago. So we all had it in there. We all actually had it as our highest rated Bong Joon-ho movie too, which is pretty unique to have all 3 of us on the same wavelength there. But yeah, I think it was one of my first watches of the year as well too. Like it was early on in January. I gave this a watch and yeah, just very much enjoyed it. The drop kicks are hilarious. The ending is chilling, which is staring right back at the audience. I thought it was just a very masterful thriller through the writing, the acting, a great balance of different genres or not genres, but just in terms of being able to have emotional like connections of being deeply dramatic as well as also being just genuinely like there's a lot of funny scenes like in the police station. So yeah, just a great genre bending thriller from Bong Joon-ho. Yeah, that makes up number 5 for me on the year.
My 5th, I actually watched on January 1st, I think. Yeah, that's when I have it logged at the very least. So very, very
I thought
early
that was,
on in the year.
Fell in love with the church girl. Was that not your first
Oh,
film?
well, yeah, no, that was number 1 for sure. This may have been like January 1st. Oh, wait, sorry. Got me confused. This might be April 1st. I don't know how fucking
I
loud
know
this is
you.
now. It's
know you.
April 1st, I think. I think that's how it's got it labeled. Okay. Well, it was a Best Picture nominee last year, Women Talking. I really adored this movie. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Some beautiful performances, just deathly emotional writing. I thought it was really incredible. I watched it with Emma. She really enjoyed it as well. It's a bit of a slow burn almost, but it's really, really fantastic. Wholeheartedly deserves that Oscar for writing.
And if you're Mark Wahlberg, it's called Women Are Talking.
So
Yeah, that was good. He was introducing it at the Oscars, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he,
And
That's hilarious.
he just goes, Women Are Talking.
Yeah.
That's so
Like,
bad.
okay, bro. Seth, over to number 4.
Yeah, so my number 4 obviously this year has been big for me in terms of Bergman. I've watched like 14 of his films this year, I think. So obviously a couple we're going to get in here. I'm going to go for Through a Glass Darkly. Is going to be my number 4. It's quite rare that one like resonates with me emotionally and has such an emotional impact on me on the first watch, but this really did, with themes of religion, sexuality, family dynamics, mental illness, all explored without fault, as Bergman usually accomplishes. It also features a couple of my, now what I'd consider my favorite performances ever. I think it's quite underappreciated maybe in his filmography. It's not talked about amongst the likes of Persona, Seventh Seal, Autumn Sonata, Final Xander, when I really think it should be. And yeah, that is my number 4. That is Through a Glass Darkly, Ingmar Bergman. It's actually in my top 30, 35, I think, of all time now as well. So it's really, really high up there.
Awesome. My number 4, maybe a bit of a surprise. I have Cooper Wraith's Shithouse. This is a movie I watched for the first time maybe like 3 weeks ago. The second the movie ended, I rewound it and I watched it again immediately. Maybe an odd comparison, but Cooper Raiff is kind of like gearing up to be like the next Richard Linklater.
Is that how you did Cha Cha Real Smooth?
Yeah, he did Cha Cha
Okay,
Real Smooth.
I like that.
Yeah, but between those two movies, I just think he captures like life in just such a raw and real way, and it's always just so subtle and so intimate. This very quickly became one of my favorite coming of age stories. He just kind of captures being a freshman in college perfectly. From that feeling of homesick to the feeling of just wanting to call your mom left and right and not being able to fit in anywhere in college. He also just handles like the subtle romance and these embarrassingly awkward moments in college just so well. I absolutely fell in love with this movie. Like I said, I watched it back to back immediately. I'd love to watch it a third time very soon just to see how it holds up for me on rewatch. But right now it's one of my favorite first watches of this year, one of my favorite coming of age films. And that is my number 4. Tyler, your number 4?
Yeah, number 4 for me is the OG Blade Runner. I hadn't seen either of them, the Blade Runner or Blade Runner 2049 coming into this year. I really liked Blade Runner 2049. It's still 4-star for me, but the first Blade Runner, man, just like blew me away. That was like instantly became one of my favorite movies of all time. The big difference for me between 2049 and the original Blade Runner is I feel like Blade Runner just had so many insane quotable moments, just like insane monologues that I just feel like didn't have the same like oomph for me than 2049. But the OG Blade Runner, what's the name of that one character who just recently passed away, who played like the main antagonist? Ruger Hauer, played by Roy Batty, played by Ruger Hauer. Rest in peace. He just passed away recently, or like a couple months ago. But he was like one of my favorite characters ever. And then obviously Harrison Ford was like he like infamously like kind of tried to like what did he do? He like kind of basically like messed up the voiceovers, or, like didn't put as much effort into them because he thought the voiceovers were gonna be like really like shitty in the movie. But I think it turned out well. It was just like a classic Harrison Ford move, like thinking he's just like more alpha than everyone else in the film industry and being like a little piece of shit. But yeah, Blade Runner, awesome movie.
Why Harrison Ford got to catch a stray like that?
Because he's an asshole. Like he's just, like everyone knows that.
He is a super asshole. Cam, number 4.
Yeah. First off, shout out Cooper Raiff just for writing and directing everything and casting himself as the main character in both.
Yeah, that's the main criticism on him from some people.
Yeah, everyone gets mad, but shout out.
Okay, but
isn't he really young though? Like really young?
He's like
he's
20s,
like,
I think.
Oh, so I
would hate 26. That he did that if he like
26.
sucked at acting.
He's 26.
But, like, he's a great actor.
Young. 26 is really young to
direct. To have 2 movies already. So you're like, yeah, fuck you. Good for him. But my number 4, I got numbers attached to all of these now. So 92 out of 100. The Last Black Man in San Francisco was a ReelTok review for us. I'll never forget it. It was reviewed the day after Jonathan Majors news came out. Just horrible timing for us. Fuck that man. Good, really, really great movie. In my opinion, I really enjoyed it. But there's a whole real quick review if you want to go check out that and see the full thoughts from all of us. But fantastic movie. I enjoyed it a lot.
Into our top 3, Seth, kick us off.
So my number 3 is going to be a very recent watch, and that is going to be Akira Kurosawa's Ran. Just one of the most visually stunning films I've ever seen, perhaps the best Shakespearean adaptation ever put to screen. I just think the picture of the family dynamic, the disintegrating family, the different characters, each character using color to showcase their emotions, showcase negative, positive characteristics about human nature. I think Ran is one of the most exciting. George, you've seen Ran, haven't you? I think you have.
Yeah.
Just one of the most exciting. It's so distracting when he's like turning.
It didn't follow him back.
Yeah, I know. It's so rude as well. What a rude camera. But yeah, like Ran, probably the best cinematographer I've ever seen. The frequent use of like wide shots, close-ups, and it's just such an epic on an almighty level. I actually prefer it to Seven Samurai as well. I was a little bit more of a fan of it. And I think the way Kurosawa uses color in that, it's like I just watched a film with color the first time. It's incredible. So yeah, Akira Kurosawa's Ran is going to be my number 3. And I think on another watch, that will be, right up there in my like top 20, top 10 favorites ever. Really just amazing.
Did you have Seven Samurai on your list?
Yeah, it was 7. It was 7.
Okay.
So it's still pretty high.
I didn't know if I missed. Damn it. Echo. Sorry. My dogs are the worst.
My number 3, a very, very recent first watch of mine, and quite possibly could be the newest member of the ReelTok collection, given Cam's watch, if he eventually watches it, and that is Do the Right Thing.
Yeah.
Like you guys will hear in a few days when we draft our favorite or best screenplays. This is one of the best written movies ever. Everything just feels so perfect. The casting, it never feels like a film. That's just how raw and real and intimate this movie feels. Spike Lee is just an absolute genius here. It tackles race in Brooklyn perfectly and has themes that obviously echo all the way to today. One of my favorite first watches. I'm pissed off at myself for watching it for the first time on the plane. I wish I had seen it like on a real TV instead of just my laptop screen. So I'm definitely going to rewatch.
Do you
this
not have a
very
TV
soon.
on the back? Could you not put it on there? The
On
back of
what?
the seat?
No, I just had it on my laptop, right in front of me.
Yeah, I suppose. I guess so.
I've never flown over like 4 hours.
They're not good.
Like
They
how
s-
are you
they-
didn't get first class? Then
No.
I-
That
the little
TikTok
bed.
money, George? No
I-
first class? The TikTok
Yeah,
money? That's
I
crazy.
wait, bro. 11-hour flight coming back yesterday. Actually, killed 4 movies. Barely slept. My back and knees were
Yeah, that's not good.
screaming.
Yeah.
Obviously, airplane fluid just sucks. But yeah, I had something to help me out there. But yeah, Do the Right Thing. My number 3. Tyler, your number 3.
Yeah, my number 3 on the year is Terrence Malick's Tree of Life. It's one of the best movies I've personally seen. It's interesting because so we've done 2 Malick reviews on Real Quick. We did I always forget the name of the first one.
Night of
It's the
Cups.
one with
Night of
Sissy
Cups.
No, I know that one.
No, Badlands.
Badlands, yeah, Badlands and Night of Cups. Which Badlands is obviously a very like cut and dry, like kind of by the book movie. Like I really enjoyed, but it's not really like very experimental like he is nowadays. With Night of Cups obviously being super experimental, coming out after Tree of Life, and Night of Cups wasn't exactly my cup of tea, but I could still appreciate it. Whereas Tree of Life was just like the perfect balance of being experimental, but also something I absolutely loved. So yeah, Tree of Life, super wild movie. One of those that. The parallels have been made time and time again, but it's very similar to like 2001: A Space Odyssey in terms of the effect it had on me when I watched it. And like after watching, it, I was like, "Damn, that kind of just like blew my mind."
Yeah.
All right, my number 2 is actually
Three.
My number 3. Yep, got that. My number 3 is actually like a movie watch along movie that myself and Tyler were on, and that is Blind Spotting. A 92 out of 100 for myself. I forget who it's directed by, but it stars David Diggs as well as someone I've never seen in anything
Carlos
else.
Lopez Estrada.
That's who. Okay, well, that's who directed it. Thank you. And then it stars David Diggs as well as Rafael Casal. Fantastic movie, just insane, like anxiety-inducing movie.
Really?
It's like almost there's points in it where it's like if Lin-Manuel Miranda like wrote a thriller, because it's got a lot of like David Diggs rapping. It's incredible. It really like just I kind of just sat there afterwards and was like, holy shit, that like really hit there. So that was an awesome movie watch along. I was a big fan of that. Shout out our patrons for coming to that. But also a great movie. So shout out to them for suggesting it.
You said movie watch along. I thought you were gonna hit this with From Dusk Till Dawn.
No.
Seth, number 2.
Oh, okay. So my number 2 is another Bergman. It's going to be his Christmas epic, Fanny and Alexander. So it's a weird one because I watched the theatrical version. He made this as like a limited series, but I could only access theatrical. It's kind of annoying, but it's like his magnum opus. It's like his big thing where he showcases everything he's good at in one film in terms of all the themes he represents in his films, evoking exactly the emotion he wants out of you. And I just think it was everything. And for like a 3+ hour film, because I did watch the theatrical version, it's so good at doing exactly what it wants to with getting you to feel happiness, sadness, stress. And it's such a huge thing where, like I said, it's similar to Kurosawa's Ran, where he represents everything he's good at and he's done in his directing career. I definitely want to watch the TV version because I've heard that was the one he wanted to go out and the one he wanted to represent it. But yeah, Finding Alexander is truly one of the best sort of family chronicle, family dramas I've ever seen, and it represents the family life so well. And I've heard it's a massive. It's like, you know how we watch like It's a Wonderful Life in like the US and the UK for like Christmas. It's like Sweden's version of that. It's like their thing, their family Christmas drama they tend to go to. Beautiful film, and that is my number 2 that I've watched so far this year.
Very nice. My number 2, maybe not a big surprise if you've kept up with my letterbox, but that's Danny Boyle's Sunshine.
Oh yeah,
it's I don't know. I'm a science fiction film bro at heart, and this film is just everything I love about that genre. It is just as ambitious as they come. It is this, massive scale science fiction epic that also just has just so much, internal human conflict, morality, internal struggle, and I just absolutely love that dynamic where you're getting this character study, but you're also presented with just this gorgeous science fiction, just space epic to save humanity. I said it in my letterbox review. The score has so quickly become one of my favorites, and I'm confident if I were to rank like my top 10 favorite scores of all time, it's possibly, top 5, top 3. I absolutely loved it. Biggest criticism of the movie that I see, really splitting audiences is that third act. I loved it. Danny Boyle absolutely swung for the fences. And, for me, it just worked. I was just so intrigued by where he took that story. But it's one of those things where I absolutely understand if it doesn't work for you. But Danny Boyle's Sunshine, that's my number 2. Absolutely loved it.
Nice.
Yeah. So for me, my number 2 is Psycho. Talked about it a lot, but absolutely loved it. Put it off for way too long. Just great thriller, horror, super innovative in the way, obviously main characters kill him off right away. It's based in Phoenix area. Well, I guess that's where it starts, and it kind of goes out into the middle of like the California desert where the Bates Motel is. But that whole world, for some reason, I love, because obviously after Psycho, I watched Psycho 2, 3, and 4, which are all kind of the same universe with the same Norman Bates. Then I watched the reboot or the Gus Van Sant version with Vince Vaughn playing Norman Bates, and then also I've seen Bates Motel from a couple years ago. So that whole like world, I've pretty much ticked off everything in that world, and I just really enjoy that whole Psycho verse, I guess. But yeah, Psycho was everything I expected it to be and more.
Nice.
Thinking about this now, Tyler, we drafted first in a franchise. You could have taken that yesterday.
That is true. It is definitely a
we
franchise.
didn't really think about that.
Psycho's absolutely a franchise.
Yeah. My number 2 is again another real quick review. Harakiri, fantastic, just samurai movie, but kind of reinvents that genre a little bit, being more dialogue driven, really. I absolutely loved it. I still prefer, like, my only basis in that genre and that world is like Seven Samurai. Still prefer that to it, but I think that's definitely one of the best movies I've watched this year. 94 out of 100. But yeah, that's my number 2.
Nice.
Seth, kick us off. Number 1.
Number 1. My number 1 is a film I've already watched like 3 times. That is David Lynch's Lost Highway, a film that I feel like I'm speaking about a lot at the minute. So it's so fucking good, man. It's like I love surrealist shit and just weird stuff, and I think Lost Highway is everything for me. It's such a weird, transcendent style. There's so much you can take from it, but also it's just an experience. One of the most electrifying endings, a fucking fantastic soundtrack, amazing visuals, and just creepiness throughout. Lynch manages to introduce horror aspects, thriller aspects. It's just an ongoing mystery. There's so much to crack, and you could watch it 10 times and you still won't understand it at all, which is the great thing I enjoy about it so much. So yeah, Lost Highway is my number 1 David Lynch film and the number 1 film I have watched for the first time this year. And it's actually now in my top 10 of all time as well, so it's really, really like high for me at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my number one, I believe this has been mentioned by all three of you, and that is Harakiri. Again, one of, if not the greatest screenplay I think ever written. It's just absolutely captivating, simultaneous storytelling. There's just so much mystery, so much intrigue as you know the plot kind of develops and as you move along into the story. It's a very interesting look at the samurai code because it kind of, in a respectful way, shits on it.
Yeah,
So it's from that angle, it just comes off as incredibly poetic, incredibly powerful, and then obviously leading into that final third act that just elevated this movie into all-time great territory for me. We reviewed it on a Real Quick, I believe Cam mentioned. So if you guys want to go back and hear like our full thoughts, feel free to. But Harakiri, 5 out of 5 for me. It's very high on my all-time list, and right now it is the best first watch of the year for me.
nice.
My best first watch of the year is the movie that still has my account with an account warning on TikTok, and that's American History X, because I posted a freaking TikTok story saying I was now watching that movie, and of course the swastika on his chest. And some reason, Inglourious Bastards poster, which also has a swastika, perfectly fine to post everywhere on TikTok, but American History X, they get a little skeevy with, and like I can kind of get why, but also at the same time, like it's just not. I feel like intent matters as well, and it's like whatever. But that was like 3 months ago at this point. I still got that good old account warning on my TikToks. I'm trying to be a good old boy and be a good soldier and not get in trouble. But yeah, American History X, 10 out of 10 for me on first watch. I was just thought it was absolutely incredible. Edward Norton, one of the best performances ever. The ending did not see coming. Really fucked me up mentally. Just the whole movie was just so good, and it was just not really what I expected it, because I feel like everyone always sees like the poster, which I guess shout out TikTok for also feeling this way. It's like a very incendiary poster, but and you're kind of like, oh, what the hell is this movie about? Just like a kind of neo-Nazi, but yeah, not what I was expecting in the best of ways. Really love the movie. It's my number one of the year in terms of first watches, which yeah, overall number one of the year, I guess in general.
It's great. It's a great movie. My number one, my best first watch of the year, excluding 2023 watches, is shockingly my only 5 out of 5 that I've watched this year, outside of 2023 movies. But Minari from A24, starring Stephen Yan. Our another Real Quick review. Most everything I'm watching, I guess, is for Real Quick, or most every good thing I'm watching, that is. Absolutely incredible. Stephen Yen, probably one of my favorite performances of him. I think from him, I think he's a fantastic actor, but I think he does absolutely amazing in this. Another one, if you want to hear full thoughts when it's fresh on my mind, you can go watch our Real Quick review. It was a great one. I think we all enjoyed that movie a good amount, but I have it at a 5 out of 5, 95 out of 100. I absolutely loved it.
Well, that is going to wrap up section 1 of
Yes,
our
sir.
3-hour special. Let's just run through very quickly our top 10. Seth, what were your 10 favorite first watches of the year, or best first watches?
Yeah, my 10 favorite watches of the year were 10 Dogville, 9 Some Like It Hot, 8 The Ascent, 7 Seven Samurai, 6 Silence, 5 Blowout, 4 Ran, 3 Through a Glass Darkly, 2 Fanning Alexander, and 1 Lost Highway.
My top 10, at number 10, I had About Time. 9, Mission Impossible Fallout. 8, This Is England. 7, Taste of Cherry. 6, Y Tu Mama Tambien. 5, Chungking Express. 4, Shithouse. 3, Do the Right Thing. 2, Sunshine. And 1, Harakiri.
Yeah, my top 10 for first watch of the year was number 10, Thomas Vinterberg's The Hunt. 9, Harakiri. 9, Do the Right Thing. 7, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. 6, Linklaters Before Sunrise. 5, Bong Joon-ho's Memories of Murder. 4, Ridley Scott's Blade Runner. 3, Terrence Malick's Tree of Life. 2, Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. And number 1, don't know the directors, American History X.
My number, okay, so I deleted all of mine as I was going through because I didn't. Bad podcasting on me. We've been doing it for a year and I can't figure it out. But
Your
number
10 was About Time.
Number 10, About Time. Number 9 was, I believe, Before Sunset, as well as Paths of as well as Thief. Number 8, Flashpoint Paradox. 7, Paths of Glory. 6, The Silent Voice. 5, Women Talking. 4, The Last Black Man in San Francisco. 3, Blind Spotting. 2, Harakiri, and number 1 was Minari.
And that'll wrap up
I think I
section
got it.
1 of our 3-hour epic episode. You know, Cooper Rafe's got 2 movies at 26 years old, but does he have 52 podcast episodes?
Most
Nope.
definitely not.
No,
We
he
got
does
plenty
not.
more than that, too.
Seth, take us away with section 2.
Yeah. So in classic me fashion, as Joy mentioned earlier, my ranking for today is going to be getting all the boys to give their top 10 films pre-1960, so not including 1960. So that removes quite a few films that were around where we did come out in 1960. First of all, as usual, I want to get a grip of what you guys have been watching. Now, we have been away for a while, so like, don't give me like 40 films because that would be crazy. Just like, 5 or 10 each, that sort of thing. George, I'll start with you because obviously you've not done that many. Really, should be your airplane watches when you're up in the
Yeah. Obviously, I haven't been watching too much over the last couple of weeks. I killed 4 movies on my plane yesterday. I watched Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. Like I texted you guys, used to love that movie as a kid. 9-year-old George probably thought that was the greatest movie ever. That sentiment like still stands. I still love the movie, but I don't think it holds up as well as I would have liked it to. Definitely a bit more corny now that I'm 26 watching it.
Did the Turkish delights still look delicious?
They did still look.
And it's just not that nice.
They're not that good in real life. I had them and I was
They're
so
good
disappointed.
For like 2 cubes, and that's it. After that, it's horrible.
I also watched The Pope's Exorcist, which I just did not fucking like at all. I watched Deadpool, and then I watched Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. This morning, I watched the 2023 release. You are so not invited to my bat mitzvah. Really enjoyed, really cute, really sweet. Just a lot of education on Jewish culture, and then it was just funny, watching it weave into like modern social media age and like that classic middle school overly dramatic cringe drama. So I enjoyed that. Pirates of the Caribbean, I've killed the OG trilogy recently. But yeah, that's about it, I believe, since the last time I spoke with you guys.
Fair enough. Tyler, what have you been watching?
Yeah, I've been watching a ton, but I'll just keep the highlights. So I guess I'll give a shout out to, I had a back-to-back half star on the 13th of August. So we went from Food Fight, which Cam and I reviewed on real quick, straight into Gal Gadot's masterpiece in Heart of Stone. And the third one I didn't expect to be bad. It was Lemon. It was on Max, and it had Brett Gelman and Michael Cera, and I kind of saw the poster. I was like, oh, this looks interesting. It's something I haven't heard of, but I'll give it a try. And yeah, another half star. So we got 3 half stars in a row. It was a real heater of a day.
Is it bad that when I saw that I was more interested in watching those than when
Yes.
If I see a 5-star from you, I'm like, man, maybe I should check out the half star.
Yeah, that's a little troubling. I watched Inside Llewyn Davis, which I immediately also bought the vinyl record of. Absolutely love that movie. Oscar Isaac, incredible. And then let's see what else. I guess the first movie I watched after we got engaged was Senior Year. So banger movie.
Like,
Cam, I think you're the only one who's seen it, maybe. But yeah, not
the Rebel Wilson one.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, I mean it's a bad movie.
Yeah, definitely. I watched Zoe 102, which honestly I didn't think.
You watched that?
Yeah, I honestly didn't think.
Nice.
It was a 2-star, but honestly, if you're gonna have a reboot or like kind of do a reunion, I think they kind of did it about as good as you could have done. It was kind of nice seeing everyone again. I really loved Zoe 101 as a kid, so
same. Huge fan.
Yeah, and then I've been taking off a ton of 2023 releases, just catching up. I watched Crater, the Forbidden Fruit, the movie that Disney had up for like a month before they wiped it from existence. But I watched it on alternate sources, so I was able to see the movie that Big Disney doesn't want you to see. It was fine, but it definitely like not bad enough to be like for Disney to like have it out for 3 weeks and be like, yeah, you know what? Let's just click the delete button on this movie.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, like I also rewatched Up, which is a movie that I loved as a kid, started to feel like was a little overrated, and now I've kind of circled back. Like, I've been this rewatch, I actually do think it is like one of the best like Pixar movies in terms of like the themes it hits on. I just think it's super, super good. I used to be like one of the classic, like, oh, the opening scene's really good, but then it kind of falls off. But actually, I don't know. It was better for me on this rewatch. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Pretty much just a ton of 2023 releases, just trying to catch up on a bunch of stuff I missed. But yeah, that'll do it.
Nice. Cameron?
So I don't really know when we're going back to. I don't watch as many movies, but Influencer, I think Seth watched that. We did that as a movie watch along. I liked it. I liked it some. It was not my favorite movie ever. It's pretty simple, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I watched They Clone Tyrone, which I really enjoyed. I watched Heart of Stone, which was not good. But there is a scene. I think Tyler's the only one that watched it. There is a scene that like it's at nighttime and she's like paragliding through the air, and it's like a lit up like parasail or whatever you call that. I thought that was pretty cool, so I gave it a 1 star for that. It's like a 16 out of 100. It's the rest of it sucks, but that was a good part, I guess. Blue Beetle we reviewed with Mr. Soups. I watched Twister the other day. Honestly, I just opened HBO Max and it was like it was like the first movie that popped up on my screen. I was like, I'll watch Twister. I've never seen it. They're rebooting it with Glenn Howerton, I believe, or not Glenn Howerton. Who's doing that rom-com with Sydney Sweeney, and he was in Top Gun Maverick.
Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Thank you. So they're rebooting it, so I figured why not watch it. It was fine. It's like one of those stories that's like this guy's the best at what he does, but it's chasing tornadoes, and that's just not something that interests me.
That movie traumatized me as a kid. I think I remember watching it really? I was at like a camp with my family, and I think me and like a buddy watched it when we were like 5, like while at like an RV camp or something, which is not the place you want to watch something about
no.
Twister. But yeah, I liked it as a kid. I don't know how it would be now though.
I gave it a 3.5. I didn't mind it. It was pretty good. It's just
don't cows just get murked in that movie?
Yeah. Oh yeah. They're like driving. They're like cow, and they're like second cow, and it's like no, that's the first one or something. It was pretty fun. That was kind of funny. And I watched Before We Go was a real quick review with Tyler. We did that yesterday. Last night, Emma wanted to watch Leap Year with Amy Adams. Not very good. I'm sure Emma enjoyed it, but it's sad to see that Amy Adams can do wrong. And then I also watched what you guys reviewed, Red Riding: The Year of Our Lord, 1974. It was good. Nothing that like makes me want to. So it's a trilogy that all came out within 2009, which is interesting, but it didn't really make me want to go watch the other 2 movies, to be completely honest with you. Maybe I will one day, but probably not. And Andrew Garfield is just simply a good actor. I think we can all admit that.
Hot take.
What we mentioned on the Real Quick review, Cam, is it's technically considered like they're considered episodes. It's a limited series, basically. It's not like they're not movies. Like they're feature length episodes, which is like
it was a TV because they all came out like a TV show.
Interesting. Okay, interesting.
Also, Cam snubbed from my top 10 first watches of the year. Crawl.
Crawl was fantastic. All right, Crawl was great. Crawl was awesome.
Absolutely snubbed.
It was, man.
Tyler, did you give?
Yeah, I went through my latest watches.
All right.
So
let's do this ranking. Oh no!
How dare you, man? What the fuck?
I'm forgetting.
I watched a few things. I finally watched Salo, 120 Days of Sodom.
Yeah, why?
Because my dad actually told me to watch it. Fucking freak. It's really like, it's not, you can't compare it to like a Serbian film. Do you know what I mean? There's really stuff there. It's not as bad as most people make you believe. Like
what did you rate it?
A 3. Those scenes, honestly, the main negative I had with it is because a lot of it is quite boring, but it really does serve as like an indictment of fascism around that era, post World War II. So I get it, but it wasn't really for me. I watched. Quick transition, Shrek 1, Shrek 2. Both of them.
Nice.
I'm now a Shrek 2 guy, by the way. Crazy news.
Awful take.
No, because the amount of references in Shrek 2, the amount of film references really got me.
I think I have them both at the exact same score.
Oh. George, do you remember the alien reference in Shrek 2? Crazy. Amazing.
No, what was the
alien?
Like I haven't seen the Shrek movies in forever.
I thought that was a Thing reference.
No, I thought it was a thing. It's actually Alien. Yeah, I thought so.
Interesting.
I watched 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Great movie.
Nice.
Great movie.
Didn't like it at all.
You didn't like it?
No. I didn't.
Really? That's Kia's favorite from Mark McDonough.
That's
tough to go against your guy.
I have it a 2-star.
That's my McDonough favorite.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Me and Anna watched it. We both kind of just didn't like it.
Wait,
I was really sad because I love obviously the Banshees and I love In Bruges. and I like Seven Psychopaths as well, but I just didn't like it. I did a big review about it. I also watched
Did
Birds?
did Anna not liking Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, you think drag your rating down at all a little bit? Because like naturally, like when I watch
I'd
something
say
with
it's
someone
the
who
opposite.
dislikes it, okay. Because for me
No,
with Banshees, when I watched it with Riley, I disliked it a lot
I-
more because she like hated it. But I rewatched, I was like, I liked it better than I thought.
No, that doesn't really impact me with Anna because I'll give something like a 5 and she'll get like a 1. I basically did like a long review of Three Billboards. So
I'm reading it right now.
yeah, I went in on that shit. I
You
also
really
watched
did.
I also watched The Birds, which is like the Hitchcock classic, the horror. Didn't like that at all. So boring. Spider-Man 2.
Nice. Did you watch it after our pod yesterday because it made you think about it, or no?
No,
It
I
was
watched
just random.
The reason I mentioned it on a podcast because I watched it a couple of weeks ago for like rewatch. And I just love that film. 2001: Space Odyssey. I saw it in the cinema the other day, which was so good, amazing. Loved that.
Seth, do you have The Incredibles at a 5 out of 5?
The Incredibles.
Yeah.
No, it's a 4.5, I think.
So no superhero movies at a 5 out of 5, and I'm depressed.
No, but Spider-Man 2, one more, and maybe there.
All right, I'll take that just for my own sake.
I watched. Do you remember Bridge to Terabithia? I watched that the other day because I felt
Why?
like shit, man.
Dude, that movie. Fuck that movie. I have not watched it since I was probably. When did it come out? We were like 10-ish.
Yeah.
2007?
I have not watched it since then. That movie like was the worst thing to watch in theaters. When
It's
when she
crazy,
dies,
isn't it? Yeah,
That
it's
movie-
dies out of
yeah.
nowhere, I was like, holy fuck.
It's
That
like-
movie fucks
still
up
sad.
little kids.
It still got me. It's very much aged with the acting.
Bro,
yeah,
you know what that
like
when I watched the Chronicles of Narnia yesterday, I just kept thinking about how much like Aslan's sacrifice fucked me up as a little kid. Like I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that scene being so
I do, I
goddamn
do.
traumatizing, and that's the Bridge to Terabithia. That's my Bridge to Terabithia right there.
yeah. And last two things I'll mention. I'll rewatch Planet Earth again because David Attenborough's just that fucking guy, man.
Fucking
yeah.
bangs.
So good. They're so good. And I watched today. I watched How to Blow Up Your Blow Up a Pipeline. Tyler,
Yeah.
really liked it. It's in like the top 5-10 of the year for me so far. Really, really enjoyed that.
It is 2023, right? Because it's
Yeah, 'cause it's
Yeah.
film
Mhm.
festival.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the ranking. Like I say, classic me fashion, top 10 films pre-1960. We'll do exactly what we did with George's. So go through the 10 to 6, then we'll go into 5 to 1 a little bit more detail. Cam, I'm going to kick it off with you first. I'm most intrigued by yours. I can't lie.
Yeah, I
I'm a-
mean, I just had it. It's bad, man. So we're doing top 10 or top 5. I was kind of
Do top 10, like George, like the 10, 6, and then 5, 10 kind of
Yeah,
thing.
so that's depressing. Again, I'm
Do you want me
just
to give you
kinda-
time? if you're ready?
I'm ready to go if you
All right,
want.
George,
Yeah,
you
they
go
have
first.
it. I'm
George,
ready. I just
Oh,
Alright.
Cam's ready. Cam's ready.
so at number 10, we're doing 10 through 5, right?
Yeah, 10 through 6.
At number 10, yeah, that's what I mean. And this is pre-1960s.
Yes.
Yeah, so not 1960.
Okay.
so pretty-
Yeah, this is gonna be something special. At number 10 is Fantasia, the old Disney banger.
I don't even know what that
fantastic.
is.
It's 1940. It's like Disney's. I haven't watched it in a while, to be quite honest with you. It's Disney's like it's just music basically the entire movie, and then it tells story through music. It is really great. I enjoyed it a ton as a kid. I enjoyed it when I rewatched it. At number 9, I'm gonna go with Citizen Kane. Still a good movie. Just it's not like the best thing ever, but it's still a good movie. Don't get me wrong. At number 8, I will go with Vertigo from Alfred Hitchcock. Big fan of that. At number 6, I believe I'm on, right?
7.
Yeah.
Wait, 7. Yeah.
7, I will go with The Lady and the Tramp. And then at number 6, we're gonna go with I'm not going off my like number orders. We'll go with Singing in the Rain from
I love Singing in the Rain.
1952. Big fan of Singing in the Rain.
George, up next. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. It's fine. George?
I mean, I've seen like 15. So like,
Yeah.
we're really
15?
throwing-
That's,
yeah, I mean, I've got like 15 here.
God,
so.
I'm like right there with Cam. I haven't seen too many pre.
What do you want from me, man? Like,
Yeah, it's not my forte. I enjoy these movies, but I definitely got to expand my filmography in this time frame. My number 10 is Miracle on 34th Street, one of my favorite Christmas films. Number 9 is The 400 Blows. I know Seth. I'm maybe expecting to see that in your top
Yeah,
5.
you are,
Honestly, My number 8 goes to Rome Open City. Just a really good look at Nazi occupation, and it's just one of those like incredibly tragic films to watch. My number 7 is the original Peter Pan film.
Dope.
Really like that movie, I guess. And then my number 6 is It's a Wonderful Life. Another just really heartfelt, endearing film. You know, I expect to see that one also on a few of your lists, maybe.
Yeah, probably. Tyler?
Yeah, so when you initially listed this prompt, I wanted to kind of do like my own more further deep dive because I haven't logged anything obviously that I haven't seen since like beginning of 2022. So a lot of like the classics, like the Casablanca, Citizen Kane's, all those of the world, the Miracle on 34th Street, I've seen all those, but I don't have them logged. But I figured, you know what, instead of like kind of trying to throw those in there, even though I haven't logged them, I'm just going to go with what I have logged because I don't know, it might add some more, since I feel like a lot of you will already talk about those kind of movies. So I'll go with the ones I've logged just to kind of keep it fresh. So number 10, I have Modern Times, Charlie Chaplin from 1936. Not my favorite silent film of the era by any stretch of the imagination, but Charlie Chaplin is obviously one of the most influential writer, actor, directors of all time. And then number 9, I'll go with 1903's The Great Train Robbery. It's like a 20-minute short, but it's old school cinema. And I went through like a kick back in like, I don't know, it was probably like 5-6 months ago at this point now, but where I just watched so much stuff from like the early 1900s, and The Great Train Robbery was pretty dope. And like basically like the final, like I won't ruin it, but the final, well, okay. Can you spoil a movie from 120 years ago?
No. Yeah, if you're spoiling this for anyone, they deserve to have
Spoiler alert for a movie that came out before your great grandparents were born. The Great Train Robbery. So it basically ends with like a guy shooting a gun like right at the camera, and it's like a really one of the coolest like iconic shots in history. But like I guess like blanks were a thing at the time, but they're like super rare and uncommon. So a lot of people like watch that shot and they're like, I wonder how they filmed this, because literally just like a dude like filming a guy like shooting right at the camera, and like 99% sure like they literally just shot a real bullet and they just dodged out of the way, which is just wild, especially because like guns at that time in the early 1900s weren't like, you know, point and shoot perfectly accurate. So just ballsy move for sure. And then number 8, The Most Dangerous Game. Another incredibly influential one that's inspired so many survival horror movies of modern day. Numbers 10, 9, 8, 7. I have Nosferatu, again, very influential film that influenced all kinds of Dracula movies like Last Voyage of the Demeter and Nosferatu coming out next year. I don't know. And then number 6, we'll get a Bergman on here and we'll go Wild Strawberries.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot you watched that one actually. Nice. Okay, so my 10 to 6. 10 is going to be the Japanese silent film Page of Madness, just an insane watch, crazy experience. 9 is going to be Hitchcock's Dial M for Murder, one of his many mystery films, probably my favorite of his. 8 is going to be Sunset Boulevard, which I guarantee all 3 of you would love if you haven't seen it already. Sunset Boulevard is fantastic, one of Billy Wilder's best, I'm assuming. Anyway, 7 is To Be or Not to Be, a World War II, came out in 1942, a satire of the time, still hilariously funny to this day. And I don't usually like slapstick comedy, but that really works for me. And 6 is going to be Seven Samurai, which I assume, no, it's not. Have I done the order wrong here? What did I say the last number?
To Be or Not to Be?
Oh shit!
That is the question.
I've put down 9 films.
Bro hasn't seen any movies for 1960.
Bro hasn't seen shit.
Watch more old movies, man.
What are you
Watch real cinema.
Oh my god! Is this your king?
I'll go. Shit, man! Like, where is it gone? I had it down here somewhere.
Seth's film reviews exposed.
Yeah, this kid just got exposed.
Big
Actually,
old
this
film
is
fan. Hasn't seen Bergman? Question mark.
Black and white equal L? Question mark.
Just
shit, man.
the best thumbnails in the world. Seth's film reviews doesn't know what color is.
I had 10 down. I've lost one. I'll just have to make one up.
Seth, I hope you know this
King
is going to
Kong.
be a TikTok clip, by the way.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I'll go. Shit, man. What do I take?
Modern times.
Captain America
No,
before he
I don't
time
like
travels.
modern times. I don't love modern times.
The first half of the winter of
First Avenger.
The first Avenger. The first half of it.
This is fucking hilarious.
The end of Dial of Destiny when they go to like 300 BC.
Yeah.
I'll go. I've got like 5 to choose from. I'll go. It's a Wonderful Life. Let me go through them again from 10 to. No, I won't. I'll go All Quiet on the Western Front. There, sorted, done. Right. 10, Page of Madness. 9, Dial M for Murder. 8, All Quiet on the Western Front. 7, Sunset Boulevard. 6, To Be or Not to Be. And that's it. I've already given away my 5. Carry on.
Fine.
Who went first? I can't even fucking remember.
Is it me next?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it is me. So number 5, I will go with. I'm gonna say in the 5 slot will be It's a Wonderful Life. I do much enjoy that movie. It's absolutely makes me cry. Not real tears because I'm a robot, but it makes me internally cry a little bit. Very, very, very heartwarming movie. Big fan of It's a Wonderful Life.
Good on the fly joke with the you can't actually cry because you're a robot. Good.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
What's that?
Cry.
Why is that joke going over my head?
Because he was roboting his voice, like his voice is breaking up. So he's like, I don't have emotions because I'm a robot.
I was like,
Someone's got to clip that. So
in my head, I'm like, where is there a robot and it's a Wonderful Life that I'm missing?
I don't know, Cam. How are you able to know that you were breaking up? Like, could you just see your screen?
No,
lagging?
I thought the joke was just that I like.
No, he didn't know the joke.
Oh, that joke works. That joke was layered, dude. Because your voice is breaking up because your internet is deep cut.
That's
Is it
great.
George?
That's a great screenplay right there.
Yeah. George, your 5?
My number 5 mentioned already, All Quiet on the Western Front. One of just the better war films out there. One of the better book to film adaptations out there. Definitely due for a rewatch. And honestly, like looking at this ranking, I think a lot of these movies I'm due for a rewatch. But as of right now, that's a 4.5 out of 5 for me. I guess the last time I watched it was probably a couple years ago. So my number 5 right now, but. Honestly, if I rewatched every movie on this list, this ranking could look a lot different.
So, Tyler?
Yeah, okay. So number 5 is hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I thought I pulled a Seth for a second. I did not. I'm okay. Number 5, A Trip to the Moon. Georges Méliès, one of the most influential directors of the early cinema. And this is like a movie that like genuinely blew my mind. Like it's still on like an 8 out of 10 for me because like it's just like I'm just gonna be honest with myself. It's not like a movie that I'm gonna watch all the time or really revisit. But I couldn't go lower than that because it's like it's from what year is it from? It's from 1902. And 02. And I was like literally dumbfounded. I was like, how did you even do this before like computers were a thing, before anything was a thing? Like the effects in this were crazy. Just a wild movie. It's like 15 minutes and I believe it's on Max too. So if you're listening to this and you just have like 15 minutes to kill after our podcast episode, just watch it. You'll be blown away by like how they put that movie together. But that's what A Trip to the Moon is what I put at number 5.
Okay. So my number 5, I already gave it away, is Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. So just one of the blueprint for an action blockbuster. An incredibly tantalizing epic that showcases human nature in such a way I don't think many directors can. It's exciting. The set pieces are so incredible, especially for that time period as well. And I think the 3.5 hour runtime just goes by surprisingly quickly, honestly. And that is, well, my second favorite Kurosawa, obviously Ran being my favorite, but just one of the best, probably the best action film I've ever seen in terms of the sequences it showcases alongside Ran. And I think just it feels like you're almost watching a documentary of Seven Samurai. It feels like you're watching something that's there because of the amount of research that went behind it. So Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai is my number 5. George or Cam? Which Cam? Number 4 is Cam. You're on mute.
Yep, sorry, I was muted. The reason I'm muted, I had to bring my dog in here because while I don't have Bailey, and that's fantastic, I got a damn puppy who is. I folded all these clothes on the couch, and he's just ripped them all down. So now I'm a little pissed off at him for that. But so yeah, my pup's in here now. But my number 4 is my dad's favorite movie of all time, Casablanca. I do very much enjoy it.
Film.
Yeah, it's very much a dad film. It's something I've watched a million times, just like growing up. I probably don't love it as much as him, but I do think it's awesome. Or I do think it's very, very good. So that is my number 4.
Nice, George.
My number 4. I think we'll see this on Seth's list, maybe, and that's Paths of Glory.
You think
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, right. I know we'll see this on Seth's list. It's Paths of Glory. Not much needs to be said. One of the great war films out there. One of the most heartbreaking and devastating watches in the war genre. Obviously, war films in general are devastating in nature, but this one is just one of the most raw and real films in that genre. It's one of those films that honestly doesn't even feel like it's scripted, doesn't even feel like it's a movie. It just feels like a camera is just truly following the events that are taking place, which I just think adds so many layers to just how devastating and real it feels. Again, just like All Quiet on the Western Front, another film that I'm for sure due for a rewatch. And honestly, I think on rewatch, it'll be ranked higher for me. But right now, Paths of Glory sitting at my number 4 spot.
Nice. Tyler?
Yeah, my number 4 is a movie that when it comes to like early cinema, silent film era is just like never talked about. So I try and recommend it whenever I can because I never hear people talk about it. I feel like kind of gets overshadowed by like the Charlie Chaplins of the world. But Safety Last is like what I genuinely found it to be super funny, super well done. I'm trying to find who like the main character is in that because he was like in a ton of silent film. I think Fred.
Isn't it Buster Keaton?
Is it? No, it looks like. Oh no, Harold Lloyd is who I was thinking about. So Harold Lloyd, he was in so much stuff. Like he was like basically like the number 2 to Charlie Chaplin almost at the time. Like he was in so many of these silent films, but he doesn't get the same recognition. Safety Last, I thought was hilarious. It's super well done as well. Another one similar to Trip to the Moon. Where I'm like, damn, how did they pull this off way back in? This one was 1923. But yeah, Safety Last, good silent film, comedy, thriller. I enjoyed it a lot.
Nice.
Thanks.
My number 4 is one that I think, George, you had on your top 10, and that is Francois Truffaut's debut, The 400 Blows. Just probably one of my favorite coming of age films ever. Just a simple narrative surrounding a less than fortunate child going around the streets of the dark, realistic, Paris. I think the visuals are stunning. It's drowning in realism. It's heartbreaking, but it's also optimistic. I think one of the final shots is amazing. I always recommend it to people who like Moonlight because I think a lot of the shots are strikingly similar, and Moonlight took a lot of inspiration. I think I spoke about that with you, Tyler, on our draft or something we did. What did we do?
Yeah, I can't remember. I can't remember what the draft was, but yeah, we spoke about that.
Yeah, we spoke about that on a previous episode. And I actually need to go into more of his filmography because I haven't since. And yeah, definitely one of my favorite coming of age films ever. Definitely one of my favorite films. I think it's within my top 40, 30, that kind of area. I think this is actually like 1959 as well, so it just fits the bill for me. But yeah, Francois Truffaut's debut, The 400 Blows, is my number 4. Cameron, into your top 3.
My top 3, Seth will be happy to see this one. It's Paths of Glory.
Nice.
George mentioned everything that I need to mention. 94 out of 100. I forget. We talked about it on the pod once. I forget exactly why it's maybe not like a 5 out of 5, but there was something
to
about
annoy
it.
me. That's why.
Yeah, probably just to piss Seth off. But 94 out of 100. I really, really loved Paths of Glory. I don't know how memorable it's been. Maybe for me at least, but I thought it was great on first watch, so it is my number 3.
My number 3 comes from the great Akira Kurosawa, and that is his film Ikiru. Yeah, this was one of those films I watched for the first time. Maybe had to be like towards the end of 2022, and it had me just hysterically crying in bed like a little bitch. It's meditative. It's a beautiful analysis on life and one's purpose in life. It's incredibly thought-provoking, and it's also just really tragic. But it's presented in a very, it's weird to say, it's tragedy presented in a very heartwarming way, which it probably doesn't make sense unless
it does.
Yeah, unless you've like seen the film, you'll kind of like understand, where I'm coming from.
Isn't it
that.
the same as like Living? Isn't that like the
I never saw
Living's just a
Living.
remake of it, or like
Yeah,
a
Living's the
British
remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I never saw Living. But yeah, it just deals with such heavy themes that I think a lot of people can relate to. Again, just on life, love, happiness. Your purpose. This kind of feels like very, and obviously I'm not really too knowledgeable on Kurosawa's filmography. I haven't seen too many of his films, but this feels like the most unique in terms of its very subtle storytelling, which I absolutely love. So yeah, Ikiru right now. That is my first 5 out of 5 on this list, and that is my number 3.
Nice, that's a good one. I need to watch that actually. I still haven't watched it. Tyler, you're number 3.
My number 3, another one of Seth's favorites, The 400 Blows, Francis Truffaut, from 1959, so right on the border of being able to pick it. But yeah, I feel like we've talked about this movie a lot, so I won't go too deeply into it. But just a great story of how like just an innocent child can just be corrupted by the world around him. A great crime drama. Just kind of made me depressed, honestly, watching it. But yeah, that's a 9.3 for me. So I rate it very highly. Might go up on rewatch even if I give it another shot. But yeah, one of my favorites for sure.
Cool. My number 3 is Billy Wilder's Some Like It Hot. So I watched it for the first time like a month ago, and then went to see it in the cinema, surrounded by like 80-year-old couples. It was just a great experience, man. Just like laughing. Just it's such a loving, emotional film. On case of sexuality, on doing the right thing, on the sexualization of women, especially in that era as well in the Western world. And I think it's so funny. It makes me feel. It just makes me feel good. It's so funny. It's so happy. The ending is just it's so beautiful, and I think it's one of the greatest screenplays ever written, or at least I've seen, which you will see in our upcoming draft. Obviously, like I did mention it in there as well. I'd recommend it to all you. I think it's just incredible, and it's one that I think I'll continue to rewatch over and over again. I can definitely see it coming higher and higher up my favorites list. So my number 3 is Billy Wilder's Some Like It Hot. Cam even into the top 2. You are muted, Cameron.
Fuck yeah, love this. My top 2, getting into my 5 out of 5s, is I believe the best movie ever according to Seth's mutuals on TikTok. 12 Angry Men. It's one of the that was number 1, right?
Seth? Was that number 1?
I think that was number 1, right?
No, number 2. Wait, sorry, on my thing.
Yeah, on your thing.
The poll you did.
It was 2001 that was number 1, I think. Oh no, wait, was it? I can't remember.
No, I think it was 12 Angry Men. I like 12 Angry. I love 12 Angry Men a lot. I think it's one of the best screenplays ever. Obviously, 95 out of 100, right on that cusp for me. It wasn't on my top 10, but it is definitely in my top 10. These pre-1960s. It's known for its screenplay, right? It's one of the best at that, and very much deserves that. It's very, very intriguing and pulls you in right away, and keeps you hooked for the whole movie. And I'm sure I'm not the last person to speak about that one, but
well,
maybe. But
you are right. It was the number 1 in my list, but I've now remembered the one I forgot in my original ranking. It was 12.
It was 12 Angry Men.
That was meant to be 7th, and that's what I forgot that I didn't note down. It's really annoying.
Confirm. Seth doesn't know cinema. Confirm.
Seth doesn't watch anything pre-2000.
Yeah,
valid. Never.
Locked in.
True.
Josh. Yeah, my number 2, and I expect to see this in pretty much everyone's top 2, I think. And that's 7 Samurai. This is one film where I'll just never understand like the criticisms of like it's long, it's boring, it's a great movie, but I'll never rewatch it. Like I think the complete opposite. I think this is just one of the most like awe-inspiring, enthralling experiences you could ever watch. It's a blockbuster through and through. I know a lot of people want to refer to this as like a smaller art house, whatever, blah blah blah. But this is a blockbuster. It's one of the greatest blockbusters ever. It's just massive scale. It's incredibly, it's a blockbuster that's down to earth. It feels philosophical. It feels very meditative. You're kind of running through a lot of human emotions while also just kind of being enthralled by this incredible samurai epic. Absolutely love this film. I guess for me, my 2 and 3 were back to back Kurosawa. So, I'm not really selling it short to say that this man knows how to make good films.
Really? Hot take.
Yeah, he's got some bangers, no doubt.
Yeah.
So yeah, Seven Samurai, my number 2.
Tyler, your number 2.
My number 2, Singing in the Rain. I'm a big musical guy, and Singing in the Rain's probably the most iconic musical ever made, if we're being honest. So I'd say it lived up to the hype. It was actually my first. Well, I mentioned this when I first watched it, but it was kind of like my first real watch. I watched it a lot as a kid. Like, and Singing in the Rain song was like a banger for me when I was a little adolescent, but don't actually remember like anything from the movie because I was so young when I'd watch it on VHS all the time. But yeah, Singing in the Rain, 9.4 out of 10. Probably will go over to 5-star on a rewatch. I'm being honest with myself. But yeah, Gene Kelly's Singing in the Rain is definitely one of my favorites from the pre-1960s.
Yeah, I'm going to see it on the big screen next week, Tyler.
Ooh,
very
fun.
Yeah. My number 2 is one that I swear I'm speaking about every podcast episode. Does anyone want to guess?
Your number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Lost Highway. Don't know when that came out.
That's 1990. So
yeah, okay.
I don't know when any of these films. Fanny and Alexander.
No, that was 80s. Right, I think I'll just tell you because you guys are just...
Yeah, we're throwing out guesses, man.
Yeah, I don't know my years.
So my number 2 is, I think, one of the best sequels ever made. That's The Bride of Frankenstein. What I feel like I've been speaking about quite a lot recently. Yeah, just one of the most amazing, heartwarming, charming, and also sad satires, comedies ever. I think it's astounding what they did with the practical effects, the sets, the dark, misty atmosphere, Frankenstein's character, the introduction of the bride, who was in it for like 2 minutes, so it doesn't fucking matter anyway. But it's such a touching and loving story on friendship, on treating others how you want to be treated, especially in that period. I think is even more outstanding. And it's definitely for me one of the best sequels ever made. It surpasses the first one by a long shot, even though I do actually really like the first one as well. And it's probably my favorite film, my favorite I'm a big Universal monster movie guy. There's a lot of them around that period that I love, but I think that would be my number 1. So The Bride of Frankenstein is my number 2. So we are now into the top 1, and I can guess what Cam's is straight away, but I'll let you say it, Cameron. You're muted.
Damn it. Damn it. And I knew I was that time. I was looking at my screen. I started talking, and I'm like, oh, I'm still muted. 100 out of 100. I think it's one of the best movies of all time. Obviously, it's Seven Samurai. I need to revisit it soon. It's one of those that, like George said, it's just an absolute epic. I've never heard anyone call it like an art house, like small movie, but I mean, compared to movies today, I guess maybe, but
no, I didn't mean like not art house. I just mean like no one ever talks about it like in the grand scheme of like blockbusters. I feel like I feel like labeling a movie as a massive blockbuster, some people think is like disrespectful or something.
Yeah, well, it's one of the best action, like pure action movies I've ever seen. Gripping, emotional, incredible action. It's got all of that. I adore Seven Samurai. I think it's technically one of the best movies I've ever seen as well. 100 out of 100 for me. Fantastic. Obviously, it was going to be number 1.
Nice. George?
Yeah, my number 1, we've touched on it already. It's 12 Angry Men. Again, we'll talk about it this week on one of our Real Quicks, obviously, when we draft the best screenplays, but it's one of the best scripts out there. It's just one of those movies that across the board is just perfect, from the script to the dialogue to the delivery to the story. It's just one of those movies that I just cannot find a flaw in. It's brilliant in my mind. Definitely deserving of the reputation that it has as an all-time great in terms of writing. It's my number 1. I won't harp on it too long. I feel like we've talked about 12 Angry Men several times across many episodes. But yeah, right now, 12 Angry Men, my number 1 pre-1960s film.
Nice. Tyler, number 1.
Yep, 12 Angry Men. Enough said.
Fucking nerds.
The originality of ReelTok.
The Social Network is written better.
Anyone want to guess? My number 1. Surely you'll guess.
Paths of Glory.
My number 1 is Paths of Glory. What a surprise.
Mid.
It's on your list, bro. What are we talking about here? Just for me, one of the greatest sort of anti-war, I guess, satires ever made. I think it's genius. I think it's brilliant. I echo everything George said. I think Kubrick just goes into so much research in terms of the humane impacts of war, the impact on the soldiers, and I think it's one of the best courtroom dramas ever written, along with obviously 12 Angry Men, which you've already mentioned. Paths of Glory is, of course, going to be my number one. It's funny enough, it's my number one, but it's like my fourth favorite Kubrick film, which goes to show how highly I rate him as a director, of course. But yeah, that is my number one. So if we all want to run for our 10 to 1, if you want to go first, 10 to 1.
This I saved it. I was 10 Fantasia, 9 Citizen Kane, 8 Vertigo, 7 Lady in the Tramp, 6 Singing in the Rain, 5 It's a Wonderful Life, 4 Casablanca, 3 Paths of Glory, 2 12 Angry Men, and number 1 Seven Samurai, a perfect movie.
We got
Cam,
there.
do you want to run for your 10 to 1 again by any chance?
I heard all 10 of those perfectly.
Did it fuck up?
Yeah. I actually did hear all 10.
Yeah,
I missed
I got all 10 of
17.
them, but Cam, like the world just doesn't want him to talk about pre 1960 movies.
Dude, I'm being attacked by my computer right now. They just don't want to hear me talk about it. You're exactly right. Move on. Nobody cares about my
All right,
takes on this
bye.
unless you truly want to hear. Unless you truly want to hear it again. But if Tyler,
Do it again.
Fine. 10 Fantasia, 9 Citizen Kane, 8 Vertigo, 7 Lady in the Tramp, 6 Singing in the Rain, It's a Wonderful Life at 5, 4 Casablanca, 3 Paths of Glory, 2 12 Angry Men, number 1 Seven Samurai.
That's a
There's our
W in
clip.
my books.
That's what we needed for the clip. Great. George.
My number 10, Miracle on 34th Street. My number 9, The 400 Blows. My number 8, Rome, Open City. My number 7, Peter Pan. Number 6, It's a Wonderful Life. Number 5 is All Quiet on the Western Front. I have Paths of Glory at 4, Ikiru at 3, Seven Samurai at 2, and 12 Angry Men at number 1.
Tyler, 10 to 1.
My number 10, The Great Train Robbery. Number 9, Modern Times. Number 8, The Most Dangerous Game. 7, Nosferatu. 6, Wild Strawberries. 5, A Trip to the Moon. 4, Safety Last. 3, The 400 Blows. 2, Singing in the Rain. And 1, 12 Angry Men.
Cool. Okay, my 10 to 1 is 10, Page of Madness, 9, Dial for Murder, 8, All Quiet on the Western Front, 7, Sunset Boulevard, 6, To Be or Not to Be, 5, Seven Samurai, 4, The 400 Blows, 3, Some Like It Hot, 2, Bride of Frankenstein, and 1, Paths of Glory. That has been my section. We will move on to Tyler's ranking now. Tyler, you want to kick us off?
Nope, we're going over Cam's now. But I just want to say,
We will move on to Cam's game now.
I just want to say, George's section went right up to the 45-minute mark. Seth's went right up to the hour and a half. We're like perfectly staying. Like, good planning by us. Good work. Good work.
If mine's too short, I'm adding more random shit in. But
that's some
all
trivia, like some like gaming or something. If you need to.
As always, before we start, please like, follow, subscribe, do whatever you can to support this podcast. Truly so thankful that we've been able to go for a year. And the only reason we've been able to do that is because of all your support. Just everyone liking, following, sharing. That's really the best way to get more people to listen to us. And then we can keep going for maybe another year. Also, biggest thing again, as well is the Patreon. A lot of tiers in there. A lot of things for everyone. We're couple of things I mentioned, movie watch along and like best new watches of the year. We've done a couple of those, or a good amount of those, and they've been great. Some of them not as great, some of them fantastic. So that we do some movie hangouts. Anyone can look at that tier. Obviously, our Discord got someone to actually edit it so it looks good, and people can like go to different subsections of the Discord. Something none of us understood. And then one of our patrons made it look wonderful. So we really appreciate that. Sorry. And the Patreon is another thing that really keeps us going. Again, it's kind of kept us through this year. And it's a big reason that my wife allows me to spend like 3 hours every weekend just not watching the kid and neglecting the rest of my family. So I appreciate all of the patrons and everyone who's able to keep us going. But if you can like, follow, subscribe, that would be absolutely wonderful. But yeah, moving on to my section. So one of our lovely listeners, I should probably find his name. They DM'd us on Twitter a Jeopardy board. It is Isaac Hirschberger, shout out you. DM'd us a Jeopardy board. They put it together. I have no clue what the questions are. Maybe I should have like vetted this before, but I have not really looked. I've looked at a couple.
You could try using the share screen feature on Google Meet. We could see if that like.
You want me to do that?
I mean, we could at least give it a try.
Yeah, I mean we can.
But it's all movie questions, and he put it together.
No, so I have a picture of it, but let me here. Okay. Let's see, because I can. Can you get it to like get us back in our squares, Tyler? I know you have to edit.
Just kind of introduce the game, and I'll be on the video side, be fixing it while you kind of tell us about it.
So we have a right here. We have a Jeopardy board. If you're not knowledgeable in Jeopardy, I know Seth asked about it. So I'm assuming overseas Jeopardy is not as big as it is here. Shout out Alex Trebek, rest in peace, best like game show host of all time. Basically what Jeopardy is it's a fairly standard game show. So all of these have questions behind it. Obviously, you want the most amount of points, Seth. So 500 normally are like the harder questions. I don't really know how Isaac has this set up, so they may be super easy. But normally like 500 harder, 400, 300, 200, 100. You get the point. Basically, behind it is a statement, and then you're supposed to answer with a question. So you don't have to. I don't think we'll be like super crazy about that. But the way Seth described it is like, this is the sequel to Star Wars: A New Hope. You would say, what is Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back? That's basically the way the game's played. It's normally a buzz in, so I'm gonna need like hand raises or something. I'm gonna have to figure out. It's normally a buzz in. Ooh, I like that. Wait, so everyone, Seth, Tyler, and Seth. Okay, so I think George, raise your hand. And, like press the hand raise. Seth, raise yours. I want to see. Okay. Well, yeah. So I think it tells me who the first one is. So that's what we're going to use until it proves wrong. So unraise your hand, but we'll use the raise hand section, and maybe that'll be how we do it. But I got the little clickers down here. This also requires me to know the answers, so I'm actually going to pull it up on my phone.
Imagine because you didn't check the questions. Imagine if there's just a bunch of offensive shit behind this.
Well, I don't think it'll be on the screen. That's what I'm saying. I didn't vet this, but I looked at like two of them. So if he managed to weasel in some offensive shit,
I'll bug out if this is like the greatest like prank of all time. Like
it might be.
Yeah. Cam's gonna open one of the boards and it's gonna be like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be some shit. But also in the future, I know Tyler works hella hard behind the scenes to do all of it. Some patrons in the Discord sent us like a board that we can use. Tyler, I just saved them. I'll send them to you, but maybe we could use that in the future for like drafts and top fives and stuff. Or something like that. But they did send us that, so maybe that'll help. But
and Seth, just so you know, Seth, if you answer a question and get it wrong, you lose those points.
Yes.
Just so you're not spamming the hand raise button. What?
Most amount of points.
Most amount of points.
Until the questions have all been answered.
Kind of yes.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that just so you don't instinctively click the hand raise, because if you click the hand raise, you have to answer it. If you get the question wrong, you will lose that many points.
Yeah. What? Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So also, if you get the question right, you get to pick the next category. That's like how that.
So I get to pick the next question or just the category?
Question. So you'll say like unnecessary sequels for 200 or something.
And obviously, like the 500 ones are more difficult than the 100. And then also, like, just since you haven't seen the game, like,
again, I don't know if that's true.
Right, but true, because we don't know how they put it together. And also, like, Jeopardy and how TV works. Like, if someone says, like, unnecessary sequels 400, and they ask a question and no one knows what it is, it'll just go like beep beep, and it'll just say the answer. So like no one, we don't have to answer it. You don't have to like purposely risk your points if you don't have an idea.
So today the categories are ReelTok rating disparity, Home Sweet Home, TV to the big screen, unnecessary sequels, and celebrity name mashup, which I looked at a couple of these and they were kind of fun. But we'll start with Seth, since he's technically a newbie to Jeopardy. You can pick the first You can pick the first category.
Okay, I'll go ReelTok rating disparity.
This is fun.
For how many points?
You have to pick.
I'll go 300. I'll go 300
Ooh.
in the middle.
I'm gonna look at it on my. Okay, ready? So let's see how well this works. This 2000 superhero thriller got a 4.5 star from Seth, but only a 3 from George.
Breakable.
All right, George was first according to.
What is
my-
What is Unbreakable?
Oh shit. Yeah.
How do I? Yes, Unbreakable is correct. Good work, George. So
On
you
mine,
get-
look, I got it first. Fuck, man.
Let's fucking go.
From what I see, we'll see if this works. If not, we'll just have you guys yell or something. Yeah. So what is Unbreakable?
Let's fucking go.
So I'm trying to just figure out how the game board works. Okay.
Are you
George, you're up.
Are you tallying the scores, Cam?
Yes.
Too?
Go down at the bottom.
Oh, it already
Down
done.
at the bottom.
Look at
It's
this.
Okay.
Look at this.
Yeah. Right.
This is nice. All right, I'll go unnecessary sequels for 100.
Okay.
Ooh.
And you can't answer or raise your hand. I will penalize you before I read the statement. You have to do it after I read.
Okay.
This part cartoon, part live action sports movie was made 25 years ago after the original, each starring a player in the GOAT debate.
You can't
George,
raise your hand.
for their sport. Seth, you're up.
Wait, what?
He said you have to wait till the question's done being read. Like 2 seconds ago.
Fuck! I'm so sorry. I'm
Is it
so
Space Jam?
sorry.
I believe it is Space Jam. Yep.
I fucked that up.
Well, I'm giving you the points. It's technically the sequel. This is why I got to look at the questions.
That's what I meant, though.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Well, sure.
Okay. Now I get what we're doing.
Now you get it. So, Seth, you get to pick the next score.
Can I see the board, please?
Yeah, this is the board.
We still see this question.
Oh, it lags a little bit, but now it's good.
Okay.
No.
I'll go. I'm gonna go ReelTok rating disparity 500. I'm confident on this shit, man.
All right. I'm gonna read it from my phone and then I'll pull it up. So
That's
you
a
guys
good
don't
idea. Good
read it
idea.
and then
Good
try to-
idea.
yeah. This 2021 thriller remake, an 8.5 out of 10 rating from Tyler, but only a 45 out of 100 from Cam.
What?
All right, Tyler.
The Guilty.
I mean, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you answer as a
Shit.
question, please?
What is
As
The
a
Guilty?
question. Good work.
Yeah.
What is the guilty? Good call.
Giving it 500 points. Fuck
Damn.
shit.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I like
Shit.
this. It adds it up and everything for me. All right, fantastic. Good work, Tyler.
Let's
You have the
go
board.
celebrity name mashup for 500.
Oh,
Okay. She has starred as an anti-hero for DC and
Wait, I didn't hear
separately.
that.
Okay. She has starred as an anti-hero for DC and separately topped the box office in summer 23. He played a giant that befriended a wizard over the course of 8 movies.
Oh, that last part is killing me.
So you combine the names. Yep, Seth.
I can't lie. I didn't mean to do that. Can I just put it down? Sorry.
So
No, you have to answer.
Really? I didn't
This-
mean to do
Yeah,
that.
in this game, if you raise your hand, you have to answer.
Wait, what am I supposed to say? 2 people?
So it's a name that's been combined by last name and first name. It's kind of fun. Once you see the answer revealed, you'll know, but you'll get it. But yeah, you screwed yourself.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I don't
What
know.
the-
George, you go.
Okay. All right. So Seth loses. George, you're up.
Who is Margot Couture?
Kind of. I'll give you the. I think you
I-
understand it a little bit.
Yeah.
So the answer is.
Wait, I
we'll
get
give-
minus 400? Shit, man.
Yeah.
Well, you lost 500. So what it is what is
Oh.
Margot Robbie?
Oh,
Coltrane?
that's smart. I like
think-
that.
I think I'm not going to give you the point.
No,
Judge.
no, no.
But I won't take him away.
What?
I think that's fair. I mean, you
you-
got
That's fair because you said
wait.
Couture, not Coltrane.
yeah. You
Oh,
didn't get
come
you didn't get the Robbie, but that
Yeah,
come
but
on, come
you
on.
did say
If he would have said
combined
if he said
name.
Margot Coltrane, I would have given him the points. But I think it's fair.
Harry Hagrid's not a giant. He's like half.
That's crazy. I'm not getting those points. That's nuts.
I'm leaving you be. I feel like
That's
that's
wild.
that's
That's-
as fair as it gets. But we'll let you pick the next one.
Can you leave my
Thanks,
place,
bro. All right, we'll go celebrity
love.
name mashup. Let's go 200. Let's go easy.
200.
That's crazy.
The first one was a famous 1950s actress who notably played Cleopatra. The second one is a contemporary singer currently on her record-breaking Eras tour. All right, Seth.
Ingrid Swift. Oh, fucking no.
Well, all right. So give me
what is Ingrid Swift?
Sure. I guess I'll give that to you. Well, no,
Wait, what?
that's
No,
wrong.
that's
so I'm
wrong.
not giving it to you. That's
Oh.
incorrect.
Am I next?
Yes, George, you're next.
Who is Elizabeth Taylor Swift?
There we go. That one you got points.
Stupid.
Good
That's
work,
so
good work.
dumb, man. I should have
What
got
is the
points for the first one.
I don't.
No,
remember.
You
gotta
didn't
get
say the
all
right
3
last
names.
name.
All right,
You didn't say the right
fair,
last-
fair.
You
fair,
didn't get
fair.
points taken away, so I feel like you should
That's
be happy.
fair. That's fair. I'm very happy.
I'm on
very-
minus 600. Oh,
Well, yeah,
man.
you just guessed them
I
randomly.
think, to be fair, I would say the last one, I didn't even mean to press it. I didn't even give an answer, and I lost
No.
500.
That's why
Yeah.
you can't. You
That's
keep,
I didn't
keep,
even mean
keep,
it was
keep,
crazy.
keep your hand off the mouse, man. Keep your hand off the mouse.
Fuck you guys.
All right, I'll go home sweet home for 100. See what
what
this
does
is
that
about.
mean?
I don't even.
I don't know. That's what I'm curious.
Yeah,
about.
we're learning. This 1976 Robert De Niro thriller is set in George's home area of NYC. Seth, you answered prior to the question being read, so
No, I didn't on mine.
I saw Tyler's hand first.
No, I didn't do it on mine. Oh my.
Yeah, Seth, you clicked that well before.
Way
he
too
finished.
early.
Way too.
You have to finish the entire question being read. He can't
Oh
do
my
everything.
God.
That wasn't even close. What is Taxi Driver?
What is Taxi Driver is of course correct.
What's she
Whoops.
on?
I pressed the space bar. Okay, there we go. Good work, Tyler. Tyler, you have the floor.
We'll go with Real Talk Rating Disparity 400.
I like this category.
I don't. I hate
This
game.
2012 Tony Gilroy action spinoff has a 1.5-star rating from George, but a 65 out of 100 from Cam.
No idea.
Who the fuck is Tony Gilroy? I don't know.
Hold on.
That's
Oh, I think.
George,
What is Red Dawn?
nope.
Oh, that's a
No?
great guess. Though that's a great guess.
Ah,
Is it? I bet there's a movie Seth
Oh,
and I haven't seen.
Seth
Oh,
rose his
Seth.
hand.
What is the Green Hornet?
No.
Who is
Can I-
Tony Gilroy?
Can I go? Can I go again?
No.
No, that's not.
Not normally, but I
No.
no, you can't. You can't.
I only know 2 movies, and I'm pretty sure this guy picked wrong.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna answer.
You're just not gonna answer. All right,
Oh.
the answer is
The Bourne
the answer
Legacy.
Is, what is the Bourne
Fuck.
Legacy?
I'm
Yes.
on minus 1,000.
Tyler playing smart.
That's
I believe Tyler,
crazy.
you answered last. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken.
Tyler is.
Oh, so yeah, since no one answered, I get to ask another one.
Yep.
We'll go celebrity name mashup for 400.
Oh, here we go. This bullshit again.
The first one is an actor who won 3 Best Actor awards at the Oscars and has since retired. The second one is the character that opposed Oppenheimer in Nolan's film. All right, George.
Who is Daniel Day-Lewis Strauss?
Nice. Good pull.
That was. Oh my.
We all clicked at the exact same time. On
Yeah,
this
we
Why
one.
the
are.
fuck is me on my
Yeah, I
screen?
saw-
So
I see
annoying.
first.
This is a
Yeah.
fun category. This is a piss off category, but it's fun. I'll go with. We haven't done TV to big screen. I'll go TV to big screen for 300 since your mouse is over it.
Oh, sure. This future Batman actor came to fame as part of a long-running medical network drama. Seth?
Why did I fucking? Oh god.
You're got to be clicking something.
Seth,
Man.
you're having trouble, man.
Seth is first.
You have like
then
5
Tyler.
answers to be fair, so you just gotta pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
No, I
got-
know. I do know it. I do know it. What's that hospital drama? Like like.
No, you're looking for the actor.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You got 3 seconds. 3,
No, come on, bro. Like,
1.
Ben
You've been
Affleck.
taking your time. No, not Ben Affleck. All right, Tyler, you click.
Who
you
is
have
George
yours
Clooney?
right. It is George Clooney. Good work.
Oh wow, I should have known that.
these score.
Tyler moving up the ranks. All right, so Tyler, you have the board.
Let's go unnecessary sequels for 500.
Oh shit.
Unnecessarily sequels for 500. After a 2001 cult classic that starred one of George's favorite actors, this 2009 sequel stinker brought back only one cast member.
Actually, it says one call. What? How much time are you giving us here, Cam?
10 seconds. 10,
Yeah.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I don't know.
Nothing. All right.
Nothing.
It is what is
Oh.
They made a
Oh,
Donnie
shit.
Darko sequel.
Yeah, it stars
was
Mila
thinking
Kunis. It stars
was
Mila.
thinking
No,
Jake
no, no.
Gyllenhaal.
Mila Kunis is the American Psycho sequel. Who the
Yeah.
fuck is the? Oh damn!
I wasn't thinking Jake Gyllenhaal.
What was
That-
that one? What was that one? Those
Those
That
unnecessary
was-
sequels for 500.
500. Okay, so
Yeah,
that one's
that-
gone. Okay, cool.
That was a good 500 one.
Okay.
I believe it's still Tyler
Oh.
picking.
Let's
Yep.
go. Let's just get this BS category out of here. Let's get celebrity name mashup 300.
All
Oh,
right.
you don't need to insult the
First one.
category.
The first one has directed numerous blockbusters. The second one wants more Dua Lipa to be played.
That's a
Seth?
great one.
What is Stephen Cam Walsh?
Dude, come on! Come on!
I don't fucking know.
Tyler was second.
Who is James
Oh my-
Cameron Walsh?
There it is. James
Oh,
Cameron Walsh.
shit.
Yeah.
That
I hate
was
this
good.
game.
I like that one. That was funny as
That-
fuck.
All right.
Wait, who made it?
Seth,
Just
I gotta
shout out to
dial
whoever made.
down.
Who made this again?
Isaac,
Locations?
I believe I forget his last name. I don't know if he's
You
a
put a
patron.
yeah.
He just DM'd
Okay,
us
well,
on.
still,
Do you need a sec, Seth? Are you going somewhere?
I believe so.
That was funny. as fuck.
He needs a laptop charger. His computer's about to die.
Okay.
But yeah, no.
I
Shout
will
out,
wait,
shout
I
out to you,
will wait.
Isaac. That sick
Yeah, that
category.
is.
That
Yeah.
was fucking funny.
That was fun.
Or
See,
sick
I like this
game, yeah.
category. Sick game for sure.
James
Watch for
Cameron
Dua Lipa to be played.
That was
That's
fun.
great. That's great.
I
So we're
know.
basically like, you can probably go back to the board, right? While we're waiting.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're like what? Not even probably halfway through. Maybe not quite halfway through.
I think this will be perfect
I
timing.
think, I think Seth and George taking a little intermission. So how's Bailey doing? He's looking more
Yeah,
cheery.
he's feeling better. Yeah, he's cheery. Just
I'm here.
he's not like. I think George took a break or he's somewhere, maybe getting food. He's looking good.
I'm
He's
here.
happy.
Oh,
Just-
George is here. George, you ready to resume the game? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
All right. Tyler, right? You're up.
Yeah. Celebrity name mashup for 100. Just clear
God,
that
fuck
category.
Celebrity name mashup for 100.
I hate this category.
The first one stars in the spin-off of the Rocky series. The second one directed Nope. I saw George's.
Michael B. Jordan Peele.
Michael B.
I actually
Jordan
knew
Peele.
that.
I'm sorry, sir. Oh,
Bro,
oops.
the
I didn't
play
mean to
more
do that.
Dua Lipa
There we
one
go.
is my favorite question so far.
Yeah, that's pretty good, right? All right.
Oh, that was
So,
funny.
Seth, you're still in it. Just need to fight a little bit and get back here.
I pressed
Um,
that straight away.
Let me
I'm
get.
sorry.
Let's kill this category. I'll go real talk rating disparity for 200.
Real talk rating disparity for 200. This Star Wars movie got a 3-star rating from Seth and only a 3 out of 10 from Tyler. I saw Seth.
Attack of the Clones. What is Attack of the Clones?
I believe you're correct. Let me just confirm. Yes. What is Attack of the Clones? Good work, Seth.
Attaboy.
Wow. Yay.
Wow, I didn't know
Hey,
Seth liked it. I guess it's a cool digital
I don't
landscape.
like it. I just think it's like, meh. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right.
The sound.
Seth, you have the board.
Real top rating 100. Get that out of the way.
Real Talk rating 100. This 1980 hit comedy classic about a mode of transportation got a 5 out of 10 rating from Tyler and a 4-star rating from George. I saw Seth first.
What is Airplane?
What is Airplane? Is
A garbage
correct.
movie. Yep.
No,
What is
it's
Airplane?
good. It's good film. Dad favorite.
I know. Mom
Yeah,
will be back.
big
Good
dad
work,
film for
Seth.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, it's big dad.
All right. And Seth, you are still picking.
Go unnecessary sequels 200.
Unnecessary sequels for 200. This third edition in the comedy franchise, directed by the Joker director, regurgitated much of the same plot as its predecessors. Tyler.
The Hangover,
What?
or what is the Hangover Part 3?
It's Tyler. According to my screen, that's all I
Yeah,
can go off of. I'm
I
sorry.
saw it. Yeah. You can open the queue and
Yeah.
it'll tell you who raised their hand.
Yeah, Cam,
first.
I didn't know if you go to the queue of hand raising, it says like
Oh.
first to last, the order
Yeah.
of how they raised.
Yeah. So like I just raised my hand. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It'll tell you who raised first.
Yep. So Tyler got that one.
That's
you're
a necessary
picking the
sequel. It's still funny. Not a good movie, but funny still. We did the 100 for Home Sweet Home, but I just totally forgot what that was. I have no clue what that category is still, so I'm just gonna avoid it. We're gonna TV to the big screen for 500.
Oh shit.
All right. Oh, whoops. Later headlining an MCU franchise and voicing a famous video game character, this actor got his start on an NBC sitcom. All right. See
this
Tyler.
is the 100, by the way, you clicked, but who is James Spader?
Oh, sorry. Incorrect.
What? Wait,
Later headline.
James Spader. I guess you're probably talking about The Office, right? But he did not lead an MCU.
no,
franchise.
he led The Blacklist, and he's voicing.
That's
Ultron.
not a sitcom. The Blacklist is most certainly not a sitcom, but
interesting.
he's also not the lead of a franchise in the MCU.
Maybe.
George Carmi?
Who is Chris Pratt?
Who is Chris Pratt is the correct answer. Star-Lord.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I clicked 100, my bad.
Seth, answer the question.
No.
Now I'm just curious. Let's go Home Sweet Home for 200.
Home Sweet Home for 200. So we have this Western classic starring Val Kilmer and Kurt Russell was set in the current home state of the nomadic and elusive Tyler C. Whitmore. Tyler Whitmore.
What is Tombstone?
Yeah.
But his Tombstone is correct.
Literally just saw the movie poster for this like this morning before we recorded randomly on Twitter. So that, and I was like, that's a great cast. So I was just lucky.
All righty. Tyler, you have the board.
Okay, well, the elusive TV to the big screen 500.
TV to the big screen. I clicked 200. Whoops. Okay.
No.
Before achieving 4 acting nominations and 1 win at the Oscars, this actress played a daughter of a counselor on the little-known sitcom The Bill Engvall Show.
What the fuck is that?
Oh no, I know this.
Never heard of that show.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
George, guess. You lose points.
I really don't know. It's like super at the tip of my tongue, but I truly don't know.
Yes, and you press the hand, and you might get it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Who is Jennifer Lawrence? On that?
Oh.
I was actually going to say her win.
Would have never guessed that.
All right, Tyler, back to you.
TV to the big screen 400.
TV to the big screen 400. Considered one of the greatest actors of his generation and a frequent collaborator with a top director, this actor actually got his start with 2 90s sitcoms. All right, Tyler.
Oh, crap. Who is Leonardo DiCaprio? That's not who I wanted to guess, but I changed my answer last second.
That is correct.
Oh, thank God.
What?
I was thinking Joaquin Phoenix, but I was like, no, River Phoenix was the big like TV star. And I was like, also Joaquin Phoenix hasn't collaborated with like big directors often.
That's a good crazy pull.
Yeah.
I can get. I gotta do this real quick.
Do you need us to fill some time? Yeah, we'll fill some time. So we're heading into the fourth quarter here, or the extra time basically for a overseas football reference. I think I'm sitting in a good spot.
Yeah.
Let's see. So there's 1,200, 1,400, 1,700. There's 2,100 points left on the board. So I could still.
I got to make up ground here. Damn.
So technically, the leaderboard could still be completely. Wait, actually, technically, everyone's still alive, because if I like answer a question and get it wrong and lose points, then like Seth gets it right, he would gain points. But so Seth could get second. Seth could get first if I lose points. George obviously could still get first. Seth and George could fight for last. We've done 2 questions on the home sweet home category. What is the category? I'm
still not getting this.
What was the 200 question? I forgot. Those ones just go in and out of my brain.
Isn't home versus, isn't that related to where we live? Because if you come to me about Tyler's state.
Oh yeah. I can't remember what the 100 one was. Oh no, because I was taxi driver with the NYC.
Oh, in New
York. That means for sure in the 3, 4, 500, we got to get George. You got to get your brain percolating for some.
Watch
UK
this
stuff.
like American guys. I'm from like London or some shit.
No, the hardest one's gonna be Indiana, because there's gonna be an Indiana.
Indiana's gonna be a tough one.
The only one since we're strategizing, the only thing I know is I think Brendan Fraser's from Indiana. So just keep that in the back of your head. That's the only actor I know from that state.
Yeah.
So maybe they'll be like.
I'm hoping it's a movie. I have a few movies from Indiana, but I'm curious if they go with Seth, if they go with just like the UK as a whole, if they'll
go with like London
or if they go with like Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
Sheffield, I only have one movie for Sheffield.
What?
Why the fuck would I tell you?
You know.
Wait, there's a
what
Sheffield
have you seen
movie?
from Sheffield?
Get out of here.
The 400 blows?
No.
That's Paris, bro.
Yeah.
I'm just naming stuff in Europe. This is England?
No, that's Nottingham.
That was a name.
I like this. We should do these more often. These.
George, I'm so confused right now. What the fuck?
All
are
right.
you
Well,
saying?
you know what? Whatever. It's your problem, bro.
Wait, can you put it in the group chat?
No, I'm not telling you.
I don't believe you. You've not seen it in Sheffield?
I mean, who said I have to see it?
Yeah, that's fair. Is it begin with a T?
No.
That's the only one. Does it begin with an F?
No.
That you've been told to watch multiple times but still haven't watched?
Does it begin with an H?
With an F. That I've been
Wait, I think you
told-
might have seen this now, George.
With an F that I've been told to watch multiple times.
Multiple times, and you haven't watched it yet.
Is it a Bergman film? Are you thinking of? No. With
Why
an
would a
F.
Bergman film be in Sheffield?
The fuck do I know? A F that
It's
I've
a
been
it's a
told?
comedy. You've been told to watch it multiple times, honestly.
F comedy that I've been told to watch. What?
An F comedy? I don't know.
I'm absolutely at a loss.
You know, when you've asked for like comedies, and I've told you, or when you've put it on like your story, like recommend films, people have said this to you like multiple times. It's an English classic comedy here from like 15 years ago.
Was it on like your and Keaton's favorite list?
No, but I do have it quite highly rated.
Yeah, then I'm at a loss. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Spoil
I don't
it.
know what the fuck you're thinking about, George. I'm convinced you don't know a film from Sheffield.
Sounds like a you problem, bro.
I'm convinced that.
Well, whatever. Yeah.
Seth, did you know that Andrew Garfield was born in Los Angeles? That like blew my mind when we were doing our
Yeah,
review.
I knew he has like a dual citizenship and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
But he moved like when he was like 3 back to the UK because his parents are from there. But still, I was like, I did not know he was born and raised in or first 3 years in America.
Yeah, they went to like private school here and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Bro, do your ears start to hurt wearing these headphones for so long?
yeah. I wear them for like PlayStation, and they kill after a while.
I swear, like my left ear is like throbbing. Right
Nah,
now.
mine are
I'll take them
mine
off
are
and
over
go
the ear
back.
headphones, so like my ear completely fits inside them. So they're comfy.
George, can you tell me what the film you watched in Sheffield, please? It's really annoying me. I'm trying to like figure it out.
No way.
I don't think. Right, let's be honest. Do you really think the question will be about Sheffield? I think it'll be about like.
Probably
I think
not.
it'll be. I think it'll be about the UK.
Yeah, same. So tell me the fucking film, man.
No, because just in case it is about Sheffield.
But it won't be. Like this guy doesn't know.
I mean, how do you know? Maybe
What's
this
his
is
name?
maybe this guy's the greatest movie person ever.
Or the greatest Sheffield person ever. One of the two.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to hit a milestone in terms of followers on an app as badly as I want to hit 30K on Letterboxd. Right
I'm
now.
on 29. I just hit 29.
Yeah, you're growing way fast. You're gonna hit it faster than I am. I'm at
I'm
29.
not going as fast now, but it's a big
Yeah,
thing. 30K on Letterboxd. don't
Bro, I hit 29K like a week ago, and when you hit like 25K.
No, it wasn't a week. It was like a month ago. I hit 25K. What are you talking about? That's
Yeah,
crazy.
I
I'm at
have
29.
all your followers tracked. Don't worry. Let's see.
That freaks me out, Tyler. You're just my TikTok ain't growing as well anymore. I'm sorry to tell you that.
No, your TikTok's easily the most popular of our 3.
Yeah, that's because George doesn't post.
Yeah.
Oh no, he
right.
did. He posted 12 videos a day the other day.
Yeah, I went stupid yesterday.
Yeah, that was sick.
I went absolutely berserk.
Seth had 10K Letterboxd followers on December 5th. And then that's when George had 19K. So there's a 9K gap, and then it's been slowly closing, and now they're basically
What
tied.
review have I done that's done that well then? That's crazy.
Yeah, Seth growing way faster than me on Letterboxd.
It might be the list I did. Oh no, because you did a list that did really well, didn't you?
Well, I think George
my
just hasn't
greatest-
logged anything in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I just don't log that
Oh
much.
yeah, probably.
That's the important thing. You have because like there's no For You page.
Yeah.
All right, Cameron's back. We got the host back for the last 2,100 points. I believe it's me.
Alrighty.
Believe it's me choosing category.
I believe so as well.
Well, we've been talking about the home sweet home category basically the entire time you were gone. So I'm gonna go home sweet home for 300. I got to work my way up. I can't go right.
It'll be a
for 500.
500 if it's me.
Yeah,
Where'd mine?
300.
Okay. 300. Give me a sec. I'm pulling it up on my phone.
Watch this with the Sheffield one.
300.
George just gets it.
This sports classic is set in Cam's home state and even uses the nickname for the residents as the state of its title.
I have no idea.
George versus
Damn it.
first.
What is Rudy?
Oh no, that's not
No, you silly goose.
What?
It's Tyler.
What is Hoosiers?
It is
Oh
Hoosiers.
my
What's
God.
Hoosiers?
It's a basketball movie.
I fried that. I saw sports and just.
Is that
don't
like
know,
about
Steve.
the like founding of basketball, like the sport, or not? Because I know
Haven't seen
it's founded in Indiana. Oh, you haven't seen it?
Well, probably
Probably.
have it at I probably have it at like a basketball camp when I was a kid because
Yeah.
we used to watch like basketball movies
Yeah.
in 49
Um,
other states. It's just basketball, that whole jazz. But
Damn, fuck! I
haven't seen
fried
it
that.
in recent memory.
Okay, so one of these last two's got to be a Seth, and then there's like a bonus,
Yeah.
maybe like a random guest we've had on there. Maybe there's just two from one of our states. We'll go with Home Sweet Home for 400.
Home Sweet Home for 400.
Maybe
This
that
early 2000s zombie film set in Seth's home country of England was not directed by Edgar Wright. Sorry, Seth. Seth has it.
I'm from Sheffield, by the way. Do your research. It's 28 days later.
It is 28 days later. Good.
I
for you.
wanted a Sheffield question, man. That's annoying.
I googled Sheffield movies, and there's not many. Like no,
There is. George, tell me.
Threads.
Yeah, I said do it begin with a T, and you said no.
Yeah, well, I was trying to throw you off, bro.
Seth, you have the board.
Oh, so George,
Trying
I was going to
that.
say the film I was on about is Four Lions that you recommended to
Oh,
watch.
right.
Sheffield.
Okay.
I'll go. I'm intrigued now as to where it's going to be, so I'll go Home Sweet Home 500.
Yeah.
This
Wait.
acclaimed Stephen. What?
Say that again.
I'm going.
Did you add my points on then?
Yes, I gave you.
Wow, am I doing that bad?
You're fighting back to get to even, man. This acclaimed classic based on a Stephen King novella was actually filmed near the questioned writer's hometown in Ohio. So who wrote this question? His hometown, I guess.
Oh.
shit. I don't want to guess any because there could be a number of them.
What is
Like,
the difference
yeah.
in a novella and a novel?
I don't know. To be quite honest with you.
I don't want to guess. It could be any of them.
Yeah, I mean, he only has like 72 books that have
Yeah,
been translated to
this is-
movies. You know what? I'm
Absolutely.
feeling bold since I have such a lead. I'll throw out a guess.
Seth's hand went
Oh,
up
okay.
for-
Go for it, Seth.
I'll
I don't
also
care.
throw
But I'm going to lose anyway. I'm going to go The Shining.
No, it's not The Shining.
Hmm.
Tyler?
What is it?
No, it's not it. George?
What is The Outsiders?
No, it's not The Outsiders.
Shit.
What is
Oh,
Shawshank
Shawshank
Redemption.
Redemption. Good try,
that
good
is a
try.
proper novella though, because I think we all named books thinking they're the same thing, but
Yeah.
it's like a short story. So
I don't know.
Novella's like a short novel, isn't it?
right, yeah.
Wow.
I was just kind of banking on him not knowing what a novella was, to be honest.
Alright.
Is it me? Or no, Seth. It's Seth.
Yeah, Seth picks.
Why do I pick? I got it wrong.
Because
You got- you gotta-
you're the
yeah,
most
you-
recent one to get it right.
Oh, okay.
Everyone got it wrong.
I'll go. I don't. Unnecessary sequels 300.
Alrighty. Unnecessary sequels for 300. This 2018 action thriller sequel did receive mild acclaim despite not bringing back its previous director, considered one of the best in Hollywood.
2018 action.
Oh, this is a good question. Good question.
Director considered one of the best in Hollywood.
Seth Mullen for Rose.
No shit. That's 2017. Do I have to guess?
Well, if
Yeah.
you don't, you still lose
Yeah.
points. Zero. And
Okay.
5,
No, give me 10 seconds. Give me 10.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. George Carmi.
Persona. Oh, fuck.
What is The Equalizer 2?
No, George.
No?
George is kind of getting down there with.
Yes, George. Get in the
it's-
negative.
I mean, come on. It came out in 2018, directed by Anton Fuqua. Like, that's a
But
fine.
it was directed by Anton Fuqua. This is not directed. The sequel was not directed by the critically acclaimed director who directed it first. Tyler?
What is Bad Boys for Life?
No. It is
Good guess.
what is Sicario Day of the Soldado.
I had
Oh,
Sicario in my head. I thought that was
God,
2018.
that's so whack.
Oh,
Did not bring back Denny.
Yeah.
damn,
All right.
That movie did not receive mild acclaim. That was a very ripped on movie.
Yeah, it
That
was definitely a very ripped on movie.
Let's see.
Back to Seth.
Still Seth.
Wow. Unnecessary sequels 400.
Necessary sequels for 400. Give me 1 second. Sorry. This slasher film starring a That 70s Show alum is a sequel to the original cult classic only because the studio tacked that name onto it after beginning filming an unrelated movie.
No, fucking no, man.
Tyler?
We were just talking about this. Wait, no, shit. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. We were just talking about American Psycho 2. What is
Oh,
American
fuck.
Psycho 2?
We did just talk about
We
that.
literally just talked about this.
Good work. Good work.
Yes.
What's
okay.
that 70s show?
I was
The Mila
that's-
Kunis, Ashton Kutcher TV show.
It's a pretty famous sitcom.
Yeah.
Ashton
It's an
Kutcher.
American sitcom.
God damn
I
it.
don't watch American
This
sitcoms.
is
Problem Friends. That's a lie.
I don't know what to tell you, man. All right, and the last question: TV to the big screen. I'll just read it on here. After starring in 2 separate Disney Channel shows, this actress has blown up hugely, starring in a Denis Villeneuve sci-fi epic and
Nah,
popular
fuck.
No.
George.
Yeah,
Carlin.
that's my bad. That's my bad.
You raised your
Whatever.
hand.
Whatever. Who is Zendaya?
Who is Zendaya?
I rose my hand.
But no, you didn't. Well, you did, but George was.
And George did it
He
before.
did it
Ah,
before you
yeah,
finished the question. I veto
I
those
did.
points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
I'll give it to Seth. I'll give it to
Yeah,
Seth. George.
that's my fault. I even
Who is
said, "Oh my
Zendaya?
bad."
I didn't know why you were saying that. I didn't.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, after a fantastic showing from the
Give him
fellas,
200 points.
That was
I did. Seth.
It's just
Oh, wow,
loading. I
really?
think.
Okay.
Yeah, so Tyler, the obvious winner, the only one in the pot with money. He's sitting at 1,800. Seth at in third place at negative.
This was an
50.
American-centric quiz. That's my excuse. Okay.
You're dealing in an American-centric pod. It's 3-1,
Yeah,
unfortunately,
but
man.
fuck you. I don't give a fuck.
I'm sorry to tell you. And then George sitting at negative 400. Kind of through at the end. George was doing okay.
Yeah, I was up at like 900 at one point, through it
Yeah.
big time at the end.
I'm always the worst at trivias, and I don't think I've ever won a single one we've ever done. You guys always crush me in them, so I'm happily taking this dominant victory for once.
Yeah, good victory. Good victory. I think you're gonna have to get us back to where we normally are now, Tyler. So I'll give you some time for that.
What do you mean? Oh yeah. Well, I'm already ready. Yeah, I'm good.
You're ready?
Yeah, real
Okay.
quick.
Well, thank you for that is my time hosting. I believe we're going to Tyler, but also thank you everyone for the year. Thank you 3. I appreciate you putting up with me for a whole year. But Tyler, what do you have for us?
Shockingly, with that game there, it felt like it took a long time. Plus, we had to take some intermissions, but you actually had the shortest hosted segment. So, but I think mine might go a little over. But whether through hell or high water, we're making it to 3 hours. If all these other 3 drop dead, we're getting to 3 hours. I'll just sit here twiddling my thumbs, and I won't click stop recording until we hit 3 hours. Time for my hosted section. We got a couple fun things. So first, I want to say we are having a big 1-year giveaway. So right now, obviously, when we're filming this, we haven't announced anything of the giveaway. But by the time this is uploaded, we will have been promoting the giveaway for a week. It's going to be including stuff from, we're going to have some criterions of your choice if you're the winner, gift card to the ReelTok store. There's some other stuff in there too, but there's a lot of great, awesome stuff. But it doesn't matter at this point because by the time you're hearing this, you already know all about the giveaway because we're going to be posting on all our socials. But right now, if you're listening to this, the winner's been announced. We were going to do it live on the pod, but I'm a little behind in prepping stuff. So it'll be announced on Twitter, Instagram. And the way I'm going to do it is we're obviously going to DM the winner and be like, all right, give us your information so we can send you all the stuff. But to make it fun, we'll DM you on Tuesday. So like that way, if you're listening to this on Monday when it comes out, like you can get the suspense of like going to check our Twitter, Instagram, like we'll post it everywhere to go see if you were the winner. So you won't be DM'd until Tuesday to get your info to send out the stuff. But so if you're listening to this right now on the debut on Monday, go run to the social media, see if you were the winner because we're going to kind of keep it a secret there. But yeah, all the information's been sent out, obviously. And it's just weird podcasting when you're in the past, but for the future. So you obviously already know about this by now. But we'll all be posting that on our socials this week. So yeah, what I have prepped for us is, so I wanted to initially do drafting the best ReelTok moments of all time, but it was just too hard to think about all the great ones. We would have missed so many awesome ones. So instead,
The
I just
animal
switched.
draft.
Yeah,
The animal movie draft.
yeah, that was great. But I didn't think we were going to be able to get to 20 of those without having to do a lot of deep research. So instead, I decided to do a draft of movies that we've reviewed on the ReelTok podcast or Real Quick episodes. So obviously that basically means every movie that's released theatrically pretty much since like 2022 of this time, as well as like 40 real quick episodes of movie reviews. So we have a pool of probably like 120-ish movies to choose from because we've done a lot of episodes. We do like, 2 or 3 reviews on a Real Talk episode. But the order today for the draft is Tyler, Cam, Seth, George, 5 rounds, best movies that we've reviewed, not talked about on the podcast, reviewed on the podcast. So Into the Spider-Verse, Off Limits, Across Spider-Verse, On Limits. So with my first pick in the draft, I'm going to go with, I actually don't want first pick really here, but I'll go with, you know what, whatever. I'm going to go Oppenheimer. It's my favorite Real Talk review we've done since we started the pod, I believe.
Wow. I will. I didn't think that'd be your number one, but it doesn't really change.
Neither did I.
Yeah, it doesn't really change what I'm picking.
I should have just picked it. Why I shouldn't?
Yeah, I already have it typed in.
Yeah. Does it involve a spider?
Yeah, it does.
number one.
Spider-Man Lotus.
Spider-Man Lotus, exactly. Across the Spider-Verse, unfortunately, I was mega hungover for that episode. Bad day, was yakking all over, but bad day. Shout out Across the Spider-Verse, best movie of the year, best movie, in my opinion, that we've reviewed.
Seth.
I'm gonna go for a real quick. I'm gonna go for Brian De Palma's Blowout.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna go. Great ass movie. Good
movie.
George.
My first pick, I'm gonna take After Sun.
Yeah, I was waiting for that.
Oh shit, man!
Yeah, a little surprised Seth didn't grab that.
Yeah, it's not on my list, so clearly that means I just forgot about that.
Yeah, I completely do that.
And then we actually did a whole real quick reviewing After Sun.
That's why I forgot it, because I was going down our playlist.
Yeah.
It wasn't on any
I have both playlists pulled up right now.
Yeah. Well, I think when we did the After Sun review, Seth, in
We
your
missed
defense,
it.
no, I don't think you were on it. I think it was just.
I was.
Were
I
you?
was on it. Yeah. It was. We did the real quick for like 20 minutes. It was a
Yeah.
separate video. Yeah.
And it was
okay.
tricky. It was easy to forget though, because I think like I saw it first and reviewed it like briefly on the pod. Then I think George saw it and briefly reviewed on the pod. Then we did a real quick of all reviewing it. So we like scattered our reviews of it. So it's easy. It makes sense why some of us forgot about it.
And then my second pick, I'm gonna just take, I guess, just one of my favorites that we reviewed, and that's Denis Villeneuve's Incendie.
You want me to mute?
That was going to be on mine.
That was the first ever Real Quick review, I believe, for the Patreon sponsored Real Quick.
Was
review.
it?
Yes, it was.
On
That was gonna be on mine.
back to Seth.
I'll go Harry Curie.
Yep, was definitely gonna be grabbing that one if it fell back to me.
Yeah.
Cameron.
Yeah, I'm looking through our Real Talk episodes, and I think Across the Spider-Verse is my highest, and then Real Quick episodes. I think next I have Sound of Metal is another 5 out of 5.
Was
One of my
also gonna take
favorites.
that.
One of my favorite endings of all time. So yeah, I'll take the Sound of Metal.
Yep, great pick. I would have Harry Curie and Sound of Metal were my next two, so good picks by the boys.
Then I feel good.
Yeah, so we could go a bunch of different ways here, but I'm gonna go with. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just take another 5-star for me. So it's Guardians of the Galaxy 3. It's kind of a boring pick. I didn't really want to take, but it's just kind of staring me in the face.
Cam. I thought that was going to be your 2, Cam. I really did.
I thought I could get it at 3. I forgot. Tyler has it at 5 out of 5. I should have given it the respect it deserves, but I thought he'd let it slide, to be honest with you.
A movie that I'll take next. I want to do a real quick one. I don't want to just go 2023 reviews, so I'll go Raging Bull.
No. Not you.
Yeah.
Honestly forgot about Raging Bull because I don't think I was on that real quick. So back to myself.
That's annoying.
There's one that I saw that I enjoy. What's the?
I think Seth just opened TikTok.
I was on our playlist. I actually clicked on one of our videos. It's killed with lads. That's crazy.
Nothing from the Real Talk episodes is screaming at me, so I will go with Jojo Rabbit from our Real Quick review. One of my, I think that's my number one Taika Waititi. Still gets hate from some, but I think it's one of my favorites. So going with Jojo Rabbits.
Yep. Seth.
Okay, I'll go for a film. I believe I'm the highest on, but I know Tyler has it quite high as well. So I'm going to take it now just in case. And that is Asteroid City.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have taken that, Tyler? 'Cause I didn't know
Yeah. That's a 4.5 for me. So that was kind of next up on the docket.
Yeah.
George, you got back to back.
Yeah. I hate to do this, but I'm confident Seth is forgetting about it. I'm going to take the Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh shit!
We reviewed
I forgot about that too.
Yeah, I was. I knew Seth forgot about that because I knew it would be his first pick. So once he didn't pick it at 1, I was like, he's forgetting about this fucking movie.
Literally my number 1 of the 2020.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh shit!
I'm so sorry. And then my 4th pick, a film. Again, I'm gonna steal it, I guess, from Tyler. A film he tweets about once a week, Babylon.
Damn it!
Yeah.
Good.
Damn it! I didn't even think any of you like that, like the same level. But good pick, Seth.
I'm gonna be forgetting a lot here, but I have this at a 4.5. I'm gonna go Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
Yeah.
W. Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one
Love
took
that
that.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, there's no way that was gonna go undrafted. It was a matter of time.
Oh, that's
I like that pick a lot.
I remember that was such a funny review because I saw it first, and I remember being like, "This like all the memes you see aren't memes. Like it genuinely is like a great movie." Because that movie had like 2 months of lead up where like Soups and other people had got like premiere access, and everyone was like, "This is like the best movie ever." I was like, they got to stop with this."
I did not participate in that review because I hadn't seen it at the time. At the time of reviewing, I never saw it.
My next pick, a 5 out of 5 that I drafted earlier today. I'll go with Minari. Or I guess I didn't draft it, but it was on. It was on your big fan of Minari.
Ooh, okay.
I'm going all real quicks, man.
Yeah, I have a lot here. I kind of want to pull from my last 2, but unfortunately, I only have 2 picks left. But I still have like 12 listed on my list. I wouldn't hate getting. I will go with. Let's see. I have only 1 real quick. I'll throw in another real quick. I'll go Paris, Texas. I know I'm like the highest of the group on that one, but I'll pull it on my board. And then
Is that 5 out of 5 for you?
it was. I dropped it at 4.5 because I just didn't. Kind of like you tweeted about the other day. I think like where you kind of drop something that after a month or so. If you're like, I just haven't been thinking about it as much. Kind of want to do a fun one for my last pick. Kind of something that wouldn't be super expected. I'll go with. Fuck it. You know what? It's a 1-year special. Let's have fun. This is like probably the 10th highest rated of the movies I've left to choose. But I'm gonna Crazy Stupid Love. That was a fun little.
Damn it, man! I
forgot we reviewed that.
Considered that was definitely.
I forgot we.
That was like real quick review, probably like 4 or 5. That was early on.
That was an early one.
There's one movie. There's one movie that's gonna get snubbed, I think, because I think we're not thinking of it, and it's high rated for myself, but I'm still not gonna pick it. I'm gonna go with another real quick. I'm going with The Suicide Squad from James Gunn. I
forgot we reviewed that real quick too, which is kind of embarrassing because that was like 2 months ago. If
even like it's just like you don't remember everything we review, so I'm just like looking through our reviews to be honest with you.
Seth, the final pick for you.
I nearly forgot this one, even though I have it at 4.5, and that is the animated film It's Such a Beautiful Day.
Yeah, just
some reason I thought you were about to go a different animated film that I do think will be a little bit of a snub, but yeah, good pick.
Food Fight, maybe.
Food Fight, probably Food Fight.
Yeah, exactly. Last pick in the draft, George, and then I definitely want to go over some honorable mentions.
Tyler, I know what you mean.
Yeah, we got a lot of honorable mentions. My last pick is going to be my last 5 out of 5 that we reviewed, and that is Sing Street.
Oh shit!
Good
pick. I forgot about Sing Street.
Yeah.
The movie that I thought was gonna go, and maybe it's not a huge snub, maybe it wasn't on anyone's radar, is John Wick 4.
Yeah.
I thought George
on my radar.
On your radar. Okay. It could have been.
Surprised Ichumama Tambien.
Oh yeah, shit! I forgot we reviewed that as well.
Yeah,
Past Lives could have been drafted.
True.
Evil Dead, I nearly went for.
The animated movie I was thinking of was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. Could have been pulled.
I thought you were thinking of Rango, Tyler.
Oh no, Pinocchio.
I liked Rango a lot. I thought Rango was great.
I think you liked Pinocchio more though, didn't you?
No, I probably enjoyed Rango.
Oh really?
More.
Wow.
Yeah, both are 4.
I take Suzumi higher than Pinocchio.
Oh yeah, I hadn't seen that yet.
Burning was a great one.
Oh, Burning.
Last Black Man in San Francisco, another good one.
I'm surprised Camden said actually.
I can't believe
that is a good one.
Can't believe Seth forgot about Banshees.
That's crazy. You know what it is? Because it didn't come up. It's not on the
He's been
title.
doing that all day.
And it's like I can't see it on the thumbnail.
Yeah.
What about it?
That's what I did too. I
I
just look for titles.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just went through my 2021 and 2022 and 2023 rankings, or 2023 and
Why
2022
didn't I do
rankings,
that? Yeah.
and just like filtered through. I was like, okay, we reviewed that, didn't review that, reviewed that, reviewed that.
Yeah,
All
I should
right.
have done that.
Tyler took Oppenheimer, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Raging Bull, Paris, Texas, and Crazy Stupid Love. Cameron Walsh took Across the Spider-Verse, Sound of Metal, Jojo Rabbit, Minari, and The Suicide Squad. Seth took Blowout, Harakiri, Asteroid City, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, and It's Such a Beautiful Day. And George, last pick, took After Sun, Incendie, The Banshees of Inisherin, Babylon, and Sing Street.
Of course. Good work. Good
Yeah,
work.
yeah, solid draft. So yeah, we've reviewed so many damn movies on this podcast at this point, but we got a whole another year plus
A
and
chunk.
keep going to come. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over some Q&A questions. So another perk of being in the draft or in the Patreon and the Discord is literally during like George's hosted segment, I posted an announcement on Discord. I'm like, yo, we're recording episode 52 right now. You have like an hour to respond. Give me some Q&A questions that I'll ask on the pod. So we'll go over these for a bit, and then we have a couple other things planned. But so first, we kind of briefly mentioned it before getting into this past draft we just did, but like favorite episodes we've recorded for Real Talk, or like real quick, just like favorite moments, like what comes to mind. Like I really think our Halloween episode was so fun because we actually all committed. Like we all got dressed up. Yeah. The nun costume was legendary.
Yeah, I scared Cam.
That was
Yeah,
awesome.
you know what I think about quite often before we started doing the real quicks, we were trying to determine what to name those episodes, and Cam jokingly threw out real quick, and we were all like, "Wait, that's kind of like,
and then
that's kind of amazing."
And real fun as well.
Yeah, the real funds too. We haven't done those in a while.
I love some of our like funny drafts. Like the two that really seem to mind is the animal movie draft and the best and worst people to have in the Hunger Games. I think they were hilarious. I had such a good time.
Those were
sorry,
obviously
sorry, Josiah, for picking you in that draft.
Obviously, the what draft was it? Was it the animal draft when the infamous like I drafted the Lion King before Cam and he like threw his computer and like freaked out?
I think so. Yeah.
No, because Cam was like, "Oh, I don't think anyone's gonna pick this," and then Tyler immediately picks.
Yeah.
Such an asshole move.
Yeah, some of the drafts.
Disrespectful.
Oh, that was.
Yeah,
what's your favorite review? What's your guys' favorite review we've done in terms of like a new release?
Honestly, I think After Sun, because that was the one new release we did a real quick for, right?
Yeah, it was. I really enjoyed Oppenheimer recently.
The Barbenheimer review, I like that one. We went super in depth. Even Guardians 3, I feel like we talked a long time with.
I think it's best when we like all.
It's great when we all love a movie,
like Guardians, like Oppenheimer, Across the Spider-Verse, those sort of things.
Yeah, I think the episode that's like aged the best, like fine wine for us, is the ReelTok Awards. Like if you look at all the awards we gave out for the 2022 year, we gave out like that stuff's aging great. I feel like already some of the Oscar wins aren't aging the best in terms of like no one talks about Brendan Fraser and The Whale anymore or anything like that. And it's like we crushed our ReelTok Awards, so I'm excited for our next award show, our second annual.
Are we adding a worst of the year this year?
Yes. Here's a little trivia for you. So right now, our ReelTok Awards is our 4th highest viewed episode.
I know this because I checked them. I know them all.
Did you? Damn.
Isn't Don't Worry, Darling our number one?
Our number 1 is the first ever episode.
Second, it's Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Third, it's the is it the Barbenheimer one now?
No, Barbenheimer is 5.
So is 4 the awards one?
4 is the awards. You don't have 3 right now.
Don't Worry, Darling one, right? Episode 3?
No, Don't Worry, Darling is number 6.
Oh.
Is it a real quick?
Is there a way to filter this?
It is it's a real quick. Yeah, it's a real quick. I'll give you that.
Is it the Nolan ranking? I know that
it's real quick, episode 14.
Is that the Halloween special?
No.
Our top 10 favorite movies of all time.
Yes, because I looked at that earlier today because I forgot if Tyler's was Boyhood or About Time, so I had to watch that one today for my like National Cinema Day post to post your favorite movie.
We had a few pop our Nolan ranking is 7, and then the Raiders episode is 8.
Yeah,
I know Cam is like a strong Spartan in terms of he has no superhero fatigue, but I know like Seth, George, and myself are feeling it a bit, but it's sad looking back to like episode 12 of Real Quick, when I know Seth wasn't on this one, but because we filmed it at like 2 a.m. maybe George and Cam's time when the DC slate was dropped, and we were all like so excited for superhero movies, and we were like up late as fuck talking about it, and it's like already like a lot of that excitement's gone, but not through James Gunn's fault, through the fault of like freaking just having more movies that aren't under him, and it's just confusing. But yeah, I'm just scrolling through all our videos now. I think those are kind of like the ones that are really sticking out at me, that are like kind of the big great moments of. It was fun, like breaking down like the Oscars, I guess.
Oscars was fun. I like when we do those, like when we break down. Like,
well, one day we'll have to get into our top actors, because that was a fun time.
Yeah.
When I shit on 65, that was a pretty fun episode.
A good movie or a
fine movie.
When we all reviewed Quantumania, and we all ripped it to shreds, and Cam was fighting for his life, trying to act like it wasn't that bad.
It just wasn't that bad.
We've had some low key kind of stinker Real Quick reviews, like The Age of Innocence, where we kind of all showed up and we're like, we just just not a movie we liked. We just had to.
I always feel bad about shitting on the Real Quick review.
So,
people have recommended them. It's
you
like,
guys
I feel awkward about it.
You guys didn't watch it, but before we go, what Tyler and I reviewed, we reviewed it yesterday. It was a movie that's like one of our patrons, like one of his favorite movies. And he was like in my Twitch stream talking to me about it, and he was saying like he really loves it. And then I always feel so bad, just like being like I didn't love it as much. But that's the great thing about movies. I think my cat just jumped out our window, so that's lovely.
Yikes.
I'm not kidding. Yeah, my wife is currently wrangling our cat back inside.
Well, that answers that question. So there's some great moments kind of going down memory lane of the ReelTok podcast. So there's a lot of people that asked that question, so shout out to all of you. So I guess I'll give you shout outs to Rob. Discord doesn't say like your guys' last name, but like Rob, Oscar Trinick, both asked for that. Someone asked favorite Real Quick movie review draft. We kind of already just covered that. What's one thing? This is interesting. I'm very curious to answers. What's one thing you would have changed or done differently during the first year of the podcast? Very curious to see what you guys have to say, if you can think of anything for this one.
I wish I had invested sooner.
Did what? Say that again.
Invested into a better mic sooner. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I listen, like the difference is, that's probably one. George, you had one. I don't know.
No, I was gonna say I like the transition, and it's not that I dislike how we used to run our episodes, but I like the transition that we made of doing like movie reviews and then doing like a specific segment of rankings or something like that, as opposed to like movie reviews, trailers, news, draft, and like
I miss trailer time.
Yeah, I miss trailer time too. But
I think we used to cover too much movie news that no one actually cared about. That's the issue. I like we do
agree. Yeah. Completely agree. I like the new outline that we have where we just touch on like the really important stuff if anything pops up.
Yeah.
I still wish we just had more time for TikTok videos. That's the biggest killer in my opinion. So I can't change it now, but maybe in year 2 we'll get a little bit better on it. And it's totally on me for sure, but just life happens.
It's not all people. We have very busy
life more so. TikTok is the hardest social media to keep up with, in my opinion.
We've been posting more over the last 2 weeks.
More. It's easiest to grow, but just hardest to keep up with. I think. Like, shooting off a tweet is easy, but then TikTok, you gotta edit it and everything.
Editing the clips.
Hey, consistency.
Hopefully, year 2 we get a bit better at that.
Consistency's been here though, in terms of actually the YouTube. We have done so well in terms of not really missing many episodes each of us on the actual podcast. We've never missed a weekly episode, no matter how many people have been on it.
I've never missed an episode. Period.
Well, we can't really do it without you.
You are ReelTok.
I now have OBS Studios, so maybe one day Tyler can take a break and leave us be.
So shout out to let's see. That was Will. Again, I don't have the last name on Discord. Will and Isaac asked that question. So they both asked kind of what would we have done differently. Max Wilson asked something kind of similar. So not necessarily looking back in the next year, but in the next year going forward. What's something we kind of look to achieve, or anything we're excited about for the next year? I guess just the next year going forward. What do we hope to kind of achieve that we haven't achieved already on the ReelTok Pod?
Just do what we're doing, just bigger and better, improve in all areas. I think is the main thing.
I'd love to get a big actor on or something, like maybe for a review, like for not a review, but
like a draft or just something fun. Yeah, interview?
Not even that. Just like if we could get an interview,
Do a
that'd be a
draft.
lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun to do. A draft.
Hi, Leonardo DiCaprio.
You'd have to get someone who's a pretty cool actor to do like a draft.
Yeah.
Of that. But I would love if we got
like a director or something.
I'd love if we got a big interview.
I'd love to record an episode where we're all in the exact same room.
People, do you know the issue is with that? A lot of people say,
no money.
when are you guys going to do it? Even though you three are based in the US, it's not just like a walk. You know what I mean? You're
right. Yeah. Even though we're in the same country, it's still far as fuck for all three of us to get together. We're literally like
it's very expensive to get to these very far away. We all have jobs. We all have like work lives. It is something we want to do. We definitely will do in the future. But it's something that's quite hard. So it's not just, getting a train for a couple of hours. Do you know what I mean? It's traveling across the world for me. And traveling across the US for you guys. And it's expensive. We all have lives. But we definitely want to do it 100%.
Right. Because George and I live like as far away from each other as like you basically possibly can in America. Like it's probably like from like Seth in the UK to like Ukraine. Like literally. Like that's basically the distance like George and I probably live away from each other.
How far would the flight be, do you reckon, from Phoenix to New York?
The flight would be probably like 5.5 hours or so.
Probably further than Ukraine then, I think.
Yeah.
My flight to London was 6 hours. So
yes, literally.
It's the same distance.
Yeah. It's like one of those things that like a lot of people just like kind of forget. Like even like Americans, you just kind of just forget over time like how big this freaking country is. So it's like takes a long time. But yeah, being in person would be super fun.
I think if I were going to Cam, I think Amtrak would be way faster than a flight.
Amtrak goes to Indiana?
If it does, I imagine it would.
I feel like that's a very New York centric thought because there's no way a train's getting out to Indiana.
I'm like 2 hours.
That's a privilege. Like you get nice public transportation. I mean, not nice because I know you hate on it, but
it's probably like an hour 45 from me to you. It's not that bad from us to each other. But on top of that, it's like not even just like money or traveling.
Time.
On top of that, time's the biggest thing. Like I get I'm sure you were all around this. I get like 3 weeks vacation and I love y'all and I'd love to do like a week's trip and record a couple episodes in person and stuff, but like when you start planning it out, like if we did one with Emma's family, one with my family, one just us two together, there's my 3 weeks gone right there. It's really hard to do, especially like with kids and stuff, but I think this year we can maybe make it happen. Hopefully we'll see.
And also just to clarify, people have messaged me this a lot and I said this to you guys before. Don't message me saying use the podcast money. That doesn't mean anything. That's not going to get us very far.
We love you guys. You're trying to help out. I've gotten several emails to the ReelTok Podcast Gmail account saying like, hey, like I would love to like kind of be like hired on to be like an editor and help you with stuff. Like we love you guys. We appreciate trying to help out, but we do not make near the money you probably think from not even just the podcast, but like TikTok, social media in general, like wildly different from what I think a lot of people who aren't in the social media space think people make. Like we do not make.
We also split everything 4 ways compared to any other podcast that's probably splits them 2 ways or 3 ways. Like 4 ways. Once you start getting it into quarters, it is much lower. But I mean, it's still a great benefit. We appreciate all the support that we have gotten.
Yeah, but no, getting like an actor or something on would be super fun for like an interview. I think like the ReelTok Awards show, we threw together like last minute last year, so I'm excited to kind of get a little more prep time for it because it was so well received last year. But if we kind of get some awesome stuff leading up to this year, that'd be super fun. But yeah, just kind of improving. Also, one thing like just to mention, just to pimp our Patreon one more time, like check it out in the description. I'm going to be sending out a survey to all of our Patreons because I think it's like kind of overdue for like a refresh and just kind of, it's just be like a survey and just be like, what perks are we giving out? Like basically rate them 1 to 5 on how much you actually care for them. What do you wish we do that we don't do now? What are we doing now that you're like, you probably don't have to do this if you don't want to spend your time on it? Like we would much prefer you focusing efforts other places. So that's a big thing. We're going to try and get feedback for our Patreon. Yeah, just because the point of Patreon is for us to provide you guys what you guys want. So like we've been doing the kind of the same stuff for almost 8 months now on Patreon. So we're gonna kind of see if you guys want to switch it up or get different stuff. And then another thing, we're gonna kind of just a little minor rebrand. We're gonna still have the same logo, same color scheme, but I think we're gonna get a new like podcast cover, new maybe banner and stuff like that for like the social medias heading into the new year in terms of the podcast. So once episode 53 comes out, check out our new thumbnails, new everything. It's going to be a nice little refresh. So just trying to improve the pod as much as we can every week is kind of what we're doing. So as always, leave as many comments as possible with stuff you think we can do better.
I have enjoyed and this is new for the new year, but I have enjoyed having guests on as well. I think that's been a fun refresh, and we do appreciate all the comments that are saying like they're great, or, you know, we want all 4 of you back, which we always want to be back. But it is nice, rather than maybe doing a 2-person pod, doing like a 4-person with 2 new people if we can't get everyone on. That's been fun. I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, just to comment on that. So like the guest episodes have been like out of necessity. Like we said, like there was episodes like George has been gone, and there's episodes like Cam couldn't make, Seth couldn't make. So we've had him on to basically fill him in, so it's not just a 2-person episode. So lately, since the travel schedule has been so crazy, we've had so many guest episodes, and we get it. Like some people love them, some people don't. But it's really just like helping to fill in content, because like we kind of said, there just wouldn't be episodes probably the last couple of weeks if we weren't able to have them. So I think we definitely will still have guest episodes in the future. Like those aren't going anywhere, but it'll be like sprinkled in terms of like when do we feel like having a guest on, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months, as opposed to like lately it's been more out of necessity. And I'm just gonna say right now, like 53, 54, 55, like we want to just be us 4, but I still have like weekends where we're gonna have to do double recording. So if some people aren't able to make that swing, we might have to do another guest episode. But we'll see. We're not going to try and have them as much as we do in the past, but just know that like guest episodes in general like are keeping the podcast going. So we really are thankful for all the guests who've stepped in and just fit right into the bunch and really have been giving us great diverse episodes. We've had just like wildly different guests, and we're going to look to keep trying to get more of your favorite people, favorite movie talkers, TikTokers, movie industry people on to kind of keep the podcast diverse and fresh. So
I think it's important to note as well, in the opposite sense, that there are 4 of us. So a lot of the reason why we've been precautious about having guests on before is because there are 4 of us. You know, you don't want 6, 7 people on a podcast at one time.
Right.
That would just become a mess, in my opinion. Well, we don't know, but I feel like that would talk over each other, and that would be annoying to listen to. So we have to be more precautious because there's 4 of us. You know, this isn't just a 2-person podcast.
Right.
There's a lot more to go into it than just, you know, picking a guest and choosing them, basically.
Yeah. And then for everyone saying like we missed episodes, just you 4, we do too. Trust us. Like we didn't choose this. Like,
well, we're back now.
Yeah, we're back now. We're back. But yeah, again, the guests have been so great filling in.
Tyler, real quick before you transition to the next question, I forgot. I got my very first fantasy football draft here at 1 p.m. for work. I forgot about that, but I will still be on. I thought Tyler would like to hear that.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, of course, it is football season once again.
Yes, of course, the most important time of the year.
Yeah, let's see. There's a couple other questions on here I wanted to go over. Oh yeah, okay. So this one's kind of not really for. Well, I guess George and Cam have dabbled in it, probably, and Seth and I have done it like more so than the others. But now that you've had a good amount of experience making both content on YouTube and TikTok, what do you prefer? For me, it's like so easily TikTok. Like I'm not talking about the app. I'm talking about making it. I like making TikToks infinitely more than making YouTube videos. Although like, yeah, I don't know. How about you, Seth?
So hard, man.
Well, it's different. I don't make my YouTube videos myself, so I don't really spend. The only time I do the cuts myself, so I edit the cuts and stuff like that. But I don't do any of the editing, so all my time is spent just doing the cuts and recording, which doesn't take that long, but it might still take like an hour, whereas a TikTok might take 2 minutes sometimes. You know, if you just got quick ideas in your head, do a ranking, whatever. So it's got to be TikTok. I think YouTube's good, but YouTube's one of those where you have to be so patient because it's going to take a lot of time, patience, time. And the only reason I'm doing it now is because I have more time. And I do enjoy doing YouTube because I like speaking in a longer format, 15, 20-minute videos. But TikTok is obviously much easier time-wise because you can do one in like 5 minutes. You think of an idea, a filter one, you can do a filter ranking in like a minute. I mean, not say that I do them all the time because that'd be boring. But TikTok is just much easier to do.
Also, TikTok, give us the ability to have multiple people log in to one app.
Facts.
We genuinely would be posting so much more.
Yes, like we only can have one person in, so it's like one of us will try to edit something, send it to the group chat, it'll come in blurry.
It'll come up
It's always blurry.
blurry.
Always blurry.
Yeah, we just need number. I know. So
yeah, I think TikTok. TikTok's easier.
TikTok's my favorite's Twitter.
I know TikTok's on the hot seat in terms of like, there's always will they, won't they ban it. It's been a while since I've talked about that, but in terms of like a run social media, and obviously I don't know the behind the scenes of the politics, but it's a way better run than like Meta throwing out Threads, which was garbage, or like Twitter rebranding to X. Like TikTok, there's 2 main reasons I wanted to start making YouTube videos back 6 months ago or so when I started. One, longer form content. YouTube kind of killed that by letting me post up to 10 minutes now, and all this post up to 10 minutes. But still, like, there's longer videos than that I'd like to post. But like TikTok's been a really good app in terms of like taking what people like about other apps and being like, yeah, screw that, we're taking that for ourselves. And then the other one, monetization. We're not doing it just to be a job, but at the end of the day, we do have to like make money from this in terms of like to keep like going with stuff like this, be able to devote all of our time to it instead of like working another job. So again, like YouTube was kind of like a big, like, oh, that's where you go to make money, which also again kind of plays into what we said about we don't make as much money as you think. Like our podcast does not make as much money as you think on YouTube, but on TikTok, like with the new like creativity fund, and I know a lot of people do like the commission stuff, which I don't do, but those are everywhere. Yeah, that sucks that nowhere other than America has it, but
we just signed up for it on the ReelTok account.
Nice.
So
It's actually America and Brazil, weirdly enough.
oh, interesting. Interesting. But yeah, because I know like a lot of Canadian TikTokers are upset that it's not up there either. So it's but in terms of that, like TikTok's making more money being paid out as well as longer form videos. They're kind of just like a dominant app in terms of like adapting. Whereas like something like Meta with Instagram, just like, oh, Twitter, let's just copy paste. And it's like, there's not really much innovation coming from like the more American run social media companies. So yeah, that kind of, well, there's actually one last question. When will Seth and George watch Food Fight? By Rocco 1.0.
That is the biggest question we get.
I guarantee you I will
Never.
Why would I watch that?
We should force Seth to.
Yeah.
Seth has been skipping on too many of the real quick reviews lately. You have to watch Food Fight.
It's so horribly funny, man. It's so horribly funny. It's money laundering.
Yeah, it's wild.
It
It's
looks
just,
like a PS2 renderation game
It is.
from like early
You're
2000s.
exactly right. You're
Yeah.
exactly right.
so
It was in
we obviously talked about it for 25 minutes on it real quick, but just telling the whole story
How
and
did
fast
you
forward.
talk about that for 25 minutes?
Because it's just fun to rip into, and basically like
ridiculous.
it cost $75 million and it made 70,000. But like the thing is, like they basically had the whole movie made with like a good cast, like Hilary Duff, Charlie Sheen, and then like the USB for it, or like the file of it got like stolen like 6 months before release. So then they just like reanimated the whole thing. But that's why it looks so shitty, or that's what they say is the reason it looks so shitty. It's because they spent like 8 years on the movie took like 10 years to develop, and like on like year 9 basically they like their files got stolen. They had to just like start from scratch real quick to release it.
so funny, man.
Wild
It's so-
movie. Yeah, now one thing I kind of wanted to go over, because someone said we should talk about, like, it'd be funny to look back on like our most anticipated movies of 2023 and compare them to what they are now. So I went to our video, watched it. It was like January like 2nd we posted it, our draft of the most anticipated movies of the year. And I thought we would go through each person's and give a consensus grade to their overall, you know, most anticipated drafts of the year. So we're gonna start with Seth, just because he was the first pick in the draft. So this was another infamous Real Talk moment, obviously, because Seth doesn't get films the same time in the UK as us. So his first pick of the draft, the 1-1, was Babylon for the most anticipated 2023 draft. So what are we giving Babylon? That's like a.
What was your grade? You're not grading the movie. Grade your draft pick.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So like as a first round pick?
Yeah, as a first round pick, would you keep the Babylon?
No.
But I don't think that'd be like an F. Would that be like a C or D?
No, it'd be like a C or a D. A D, maybe a D is a first round pick.
Oh man.
Okay.
Like,
Babylon.
We'll do pluses and minuses though. So
I
D
I have
plus.
it at a 4 out of 5. So I really like it. I'd say like a
As 1-1 overall too. You were the first. 1-1.
yeah a D. A D.
Okay.
Also, I don't even count it as 2023. So I don't know what I fucking said though.
We'll go one by one through people, and we're gonna have the person who drafted it has to grade it themselves, and we'll kind of give ourselves an overall grade. So Tyler's first pick, second pick overall, was Oppenheimer. Giving myself an A+ on that one, honestly. Like, there's nothing else. It's my number 1 movie of the year, so what else could I really say?
Yeah.
George, Across the Spider-Verse was your first pick.
Yeah, I mean that's an A+ as well. I'd say it's my number.
Is that
2
your
of the
number 1
year.
of the year?
It's my number 2 of the year.
A then. Not
But
A.
no, his number 1 was taken though.
Okay,
Yeah, my number 1 was taken.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Cam's first pick is an F. No
Yeah.
doubt.
Cam's first pick is Dune Part 2.
That's an F.
It's not my fault, big guy.
Yeah, but you can't watch it this year.
All right,
You have to
fine.
do it.
I'll give myself. I think still a B. No, it gives me enough.
You can't even watch it this year.
It's an F.
Yeah, it's an F. Obviously
and then I
unforeseen
had
consequences, but it's funny.
I had the wraparound.
Yeah, you had the wraparound for The Flash, so a great banger first 2 pick.
I know he took.
No, sorry, Barbie. I went backwards.
Barbie.
Barbie.
I call that a B. That's a B draft pick. I did enjoy the movie a lot, but definitely with like the Killer and Killers of Flower Moon still allegedly coming out this year. I think Barbie was a good pick though. I don't want to.
What did you rate it?
82 out of 100, 81 out of 100.
Oh yeah,
Plus 4 and 5.
4 out of 5. Yeah, I think it's a B pick. Like
I think it's 3.5.
Let's see. I'm trying to let me look at what went after it. So John Wick 4, Creed 3, Guardians 3. I should have gone Guardians. Go down to B minus. Go down
B
to
minus.
B minus,
B
okay.
minus is fair.
George, I mean, I feel like there's another A for you. John Wick 4. Is that nationally your third? Isn't that your
that's
third
gotta
highest of
be.
the year?
It's 5, isn't it?
It's my just looking what came after. Like I could have taken Killers of the Flower Moon. I could have still taken like The Killer, Guardians of the
Why
Galaxy.
do I
Volume
get an
3.
F? Because mine was delayed, but we're gonna get The Killer and
Because
Killers
it's
of
still
the
coming
Flower
out this year. Those both are still coming out this year.
Yeah, they're still technically coming out this year. So I'll go John Wick 4. I'll give
A-minus?
that. Yeah, I'll give it an A minus. I think A minus.
A-minus
is
is
fair. 'Cause
fair,
It's still in my top 5 of the year, but there's a few I could have taken above it.
Yeah, my next pick was Wonka. I'm super excited for Wonka, but I'm gonna be honest with myself with these ratings. We're giving honest, harsh truths. I'm gonna give myself like a C minus for that pick for where I picked it. I'm very excited for Wonka, like insanely excited, but
Yeah.
shouldn't have been a second round pick for me. I should have had other ones higher than that, so I'll give it a C minus. So Seth, like your next pick was The Killer, which obviously hasn't come out yet, but like
Really?
yeah, your second pick was The Killer.
Oh, that's like
yeah.
a D.
So yeah, I was gonna say like even though it hasn't come out, obviously your excitement or lack of excitement for the movie's changed wildly since.
No,
we
I'm
drafted.
excited, but it's like
Right.
I can think of a lot more.
Mhm.
I think a lot of films got really. I'd say like a D because I'm not crazy excited about it now.
Seth is
I'll
a.
take it.
Seth is a. I mean, it makes sense why he's like a personal fitness instructor, and he's obviously jacked in the gym because he's harsh on himself. He doesn't give himself. He doesn't let himself skate by with good scores.
yeah.
He earns it. Killers of the Flower Moon, though, you got to give that a good score for third round pick. The value of that's
still
crazy.
my
Yeah.
number 2, so it's got to be like an A because it's still my
Yeah.
number 2 now. So it's an A.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have even mind if you said A plus for a third round value.
No, 'cause it's
but
not my
we'll give it
number
an A.
1, so like, do you know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair. I had Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and for a third round, I think that's an A. I won't give it an A plus.
Yeah.
It's a 5-star for
That's a
me, but
steal.
because it's an MCU movie, I'll just give it an A. Whatever. But it is 5-star for me.
That's a third round steal
Disrespectful.
for sure.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Then George,
Creed.
the round of threes. We got Creed 3 now is
Yeah.
your third pick.
Creed 3, I mean, it sits just outside my top 10 of the year, but it probably should not have been a third round pick in this draft. So I'll give that a B minus.
I don't know if it's
Oh, I
the
thought you
Jonathan
said A.
Majors effect, but something like Creed
no,
3 is a
no,
movie I really enjoy.
I think
No,
I
no, I'm
still
not saying
have
I'm
that
not saying that for
4
you.
out
I'm
of
saying this
5.
for me.
Yeah.
I'm saying this for me. Like it's a movie I actually really did enjoy, but like just have not thought about it at all.
No, yeah, that too. I haven't thought
think
about it
so.
once, but like the Jonathan Major news hasn't like made me lower my
Right.
ranking or the
Mhm.
rating of
I
it.
think
But
about
yeah,
it.
for a third round pick,
What about the
Yeah,
fact
I-
that we learned about the anime influence? Has that raised it? Has that
yeah,
made it better?
A plus plus, please.
A plus plus plus.
Wait, what did you give it? A B minus?
Myself,
B
I give
minus.
it a B minus.
I think that's my 4th highest of the year still. My third pick is Elemental, which I enjoy.
What did you give that?
I gave it a 4 out of 5, like a
Okay.
79 out of 100. I really enjoyed
a
Elemental.
D plus.
I'm happy I got it at this round. I give it a B minus again, as well as like Barbie. Probably didn't need to be taken when it was. Looking back on it, could have gotten Mission. I won't like spoil what was taken, but I feel like Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning would have been the next, or Past Lives. Now,
Yeah.
none of us drafted Past Lives.
I don't think we
No.
knew what past lives.
There's a
were.
lot of
Yeah.
films
Yeah.
which we didn't really. They weren't.
That,
on our
that's
radar.
Yeah.
another one. Yeah, but even though it did come out this year and it was getting a lot of hype prior, so I think like Elemental, I'll go B minus on that,
Mhm.
maybe C plus area, but I'll stick with B minus.
Okay. And then of course the wraparound, you had the Flash.
Oh yes, wraparound. I had the Flash. I'm gonna go a C minus on that one. I've dropped the Flash even more since watching Blue Beetle because I really enjoyed Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I think Blue Beetle's better than Flash for sure.
Yeah, I really did enjoy Blue Beetle. I'm gonna give it a C minus. We'll go D plus actually. I gotta feel a little harsh on myself. And the Flash was not it. The Flash wasn't the pick. I don't think.
This one's next pick for George. Bo is Afraid. It's a movie that I obviously love, but I don't think the same sentiment from anyone else in the
See,
pod is
like-
really there.
Here's the thing. I didn't love Bo's Afraid. It's a 2.5 or it's a 3 out of 5 for me. But like my thing is like at the time of drafting.
No,
I
no,
think that-
no. Because at the time of drafting, we were all excited for the film.
No, but that's the thing. Like I think for a 4th round pick, I think that's a good pick because it's Ari
Yeah.
Aster. I obviously hold Hereditary and Midsummer really, really high. So like before having seen the movie, I think that's a good 4th round pick. Obviously, it sucks that I didn't love the movie. I'm still due for a rewatch.
I was
It was
judging
act-
it on like how much I liked it compared to how much I thought I was gonna like. Kind of thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
kinda-
mean that too. Yeah, so I'll give that. I'll go with a B plus.
I was
Okay.
gonna say B plus.
C
I'll
plus.
go with
That's a
C
fair
plus.
ranking.
Because
Yeah, I
I
was
think
thinking
at the time of drafting, it's a fair 4th round pick. But obviously, I don't love the movie enough to have drafted that in the 4th round.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah,
not a terrible pick by any means.
No, yeah. My next pick was Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Another great draft moment because I rewatched the draft, obviously, and that was where Cam was basically using George's most anticipated 2023 list, and he had not seen Mission Impossible at the time, so that wasn't on there. So when I drafted in the 4th round, Cam was very pissed off that I got it. A complete 360 no scope by me because I had never seen a Mission Impossible at the time, but I just wanted to throw it out there. And I gave it a 4-star. I think it's close to 4.5. I really liked it. Like I liked it a lot more than I thought.
Probably a B.
Yeah, I'd say it's right in that B range because there's obviously probably 20-ish movies I like more than that. But for a 4th round pick, like when we're picking around like the 16th movie picked, I'll give myself a B for that one. And then we're back to Seth, which is a tough look here for The Whale because I know you really didn't like that movie.
Hated The Whale.
That's like a G. That's low. I'd say like if we just did like A to F, I'd say like an F minus.
Oh man.
F minus.
Well,
man.
no,
We're giving you just an F because I have a GPA calculator pulled up on my other screen because I'm gonna give you overall
nice.
grades,
Like,
and F is the lowest.
Do you think
it
that's
goes.
an F? Like, do you think I should?
Well,
give
don't
an F
ask
for
me.
that?
I loved The Whale. Don't ask me.
No, but like, do you think I thought it was gonna be like I give it a 2, so maybe an F.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it for you. An F.
Okay, we'll go an F.
Valid.
I'll go an F. That's a poor pick.
Actually, no. We're gonna give you a D. Give yourself a D minus because it came out. It was released. It was not like Dune.
Fine.
D minus. And then your final pick was Ferrari, which I don't know. I feel like maybe your excitement's even gone up.
No,
since
I'm
then.
still in my top 10. I did a video. This is definitely still like a B. I'm still really excited for it. I love Michael Mann, so that's still high.
Yeah.
Like
No.
a B plus, I'd say maybe.
Yeah, B plus. Okay. So just quick math. So I got my GPA calculator pulled up because Seth is now done with his draft. His GPA, actually, hold on, would be, holding please, a 2. You got a 2.0 GPA on your draft.
2.0,
I don't know what
man.
that means. What the fuck does that mean?
Do you not have GPAs in
GPA.
Europe? So
4.0
basically,
is good.
yeah, GPA is a grade point average. Basically, like an A is a 4, and then like a D is a 1, and an F is a 0, and it's basically like for high school and college, like what your average grades is for the semester.
So what's my average grade?
2.0, which is like
Good.
right in the middle. 2.0 GPA, 4.0 is the highest, perfect. 0 would be F's across the board. So you get a 2.0.
Like a C/D kind of area?
Yeah,
Yeah,
2.0, you're
a C,
retaking a few
a C
classes.
average. 2.0 is a C
Oh,
average.
shit, man.
2.0
that's
is a
fair.
C
My
average.
picks were shit.
Don't worry, since it did come out, I'll give it a D minus. But Transformers: Rise of the Beast, it's a 0.5 star for me. I absolutely hated that movie so much. That's a tough look for me. Did just, oh god, I just hated that movie
Why did
so
you pick
much.
that?
Fellas,
Because-
Why was you ever picking that?
Just calculate my score, but I'm gonna go with a C on the Super Mario Bros. I'm gonna go help my son real quick.
Sounds good. But yeah, I don't know. It's like the last pick. I just wanted to pick like a blockbuster because I was like, oh, there's like big movies coming out. I was like, let me just throw out one that like I feel like people would be like upset because I know a lot of people were excited for it. So I threw out Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Not good. My GPA overall 2.74, so just under a B average. Obviously, Oppenheimer and Guardians of the Galaxy 3 were big wins for me. Mission Impossible wasn't bad. Wonka was kind of middle, and Transformers: Rise of the Beast really dragged it down. George, your final pick was Cocaine Bear, which because I basically like
that was a meme pick though. That was a meme pick.
no, because I was like rewatching the draft was funny because I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick this one because I think people are excited for it, but I don't think it'll be that good. And I said Transformers, you're like, oh, I didn't think you were gonna go there, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna pick it, but maybe I will, and you're like, fuck it, I'm picking it, Cocaine Bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's I mean, that's a clear A plus, obviously. Really, that's an absolute steal of a 5th round pick. I think I'm pretty sure we all have that in our top 3 of the year, which makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's true.
Early front runner, I think, for best director and best actor, actress. No, that's got to be an F. That's a
We're
tough.
not doing Fs.
No, it came out.
yeah.
It was released at D minus.
I'll
What
go
did you
D
give it?
minus.
What did you give it?
I think I get like a 1.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's a tough 5th round pick.
Oh wow, you have the same exact GPA as me, 2.74.
What was
Good job.
mine?
2.0.
2.0.
But I think Cam might get the worst. So Cam's picks were Dune Part 2, which he gave himself an F. Barbie, B minus. Elemental, B plus.
I did not give
B
myself
minus.
an F for Dune Part 2.
You got an F.
You can't watch it this year.
So we
It's
got
not my fault. Pay your damn writers.
we got an F, a B minus, a B minus, a D plus, and a C for his picks. Given a GPA of a
Didn't say his last-
1.74. Yeah, Super Mario Bros. He mentioned quickly
yeah,
before he
yeah.
had to run off. So Super
I
Mario
feel
Bros.
like
games on
maybe a
C.
C++, but it won't help me get. It
Yeah,
won't help me get
yeah,
back in.
What
last
did Cam get?
place,
What was his?
1.74. So he's failing. He's got to restart. But we definitely have to do this draft again for 2024 when that comes around, and we got to give ourselves grades again. So
We'll do that at our 2-year mark.
For all the movies that got delayed, Doom Part 2 being the only one picked, not too
Bummer.
bad. Yeah, bummer for sure. And then we only surprisingly already, because the Ferrari, Killers of the Flower Moon, and The Killer, and Wonka. So 4 movies out of the 20 picks are ones that haven't even come out yet. So yeah, which makes sense though, because obviously the movies that come out early in the year are going to be a lot more top of mind when we did the draft. But yeah, there's kind of our grades for our most anticipated of the year. And that kind of brings us to the end of the episode. We're at 2 hours, 54 minutes right now. I still got to go over executive producers and stuff. So that'll be a couple minutes, but we got to kill 3 minutes of airtime before we can officially make it to the three hour mark. I'll go over the executive producers and close this out so we know exactly how many seconds we need left. But executive producers, thank you again. There's literally none of this would be possible without y'all. Seven Mod Jeffy, Alexander Biscardi, Ben Leggy, Ben Hansey, Brody Young, Cody Whitney, Dakota Buckner, Dean Cotamanidis, Dylan Chip, Ferdinando Four, Hamish Edwards, Jimmy O'Connor, Jordan Gagg, Josh Hines, Luke Deerhog, Oscar Trinick, Reese David, Remy Walker, Rocco 1.0, Sean Morales, Stefan Johnson, Trey Artsy, Will Kim, and Zach Graves. And of course, this whole year of podcasting wouldn't be possible with obviously the patrons and supporters, but wouldn't be possible without the writers and the actors. So just might as well throw it out at the end here that pay the writers, pay the actors, they and PTP, you guys are losers. Literally all we do is talk about movies that come from writers and actors who are geniuses. We have never sat here once and been like, man, Universal really crushed it on that one. Or wow, Warner Brothers really knocked this one out of the park. We're always sitting here talking about Paul Schrader is a great writer or Leonardo DiCaprio is a great actor. So that's kind of a little closing sentiment. But we are right now at 2 hours, 54 mark and recording.
Let's watch Cam get fed crisp.
What are you being fed right now? Like Cleopatra with the grapes. Is it
Well, I
goldfish?
just shoved it in my mouth. It was a Ritz cracker. He just shoved it in my whole mouth, so I had to eat it because I wasn't gonna give it back to him. So, honey, he's out of Ritz cracker. Thanks, bud.
So how old is he now?
He's a year and 2 days away from a month. So
Is it just me, or has he grown a lot more hair recently? A lot more.
No,
hair.
he got a haircut. He got his first haircut before his year birthday. He's just filling in a little bit.
That's crazy that our podcast started
about to start walking.
Our podcast is a memory book of his life. You're freaking.
Oh shit!
know.
Yeah.
He was like
literally.
a newborn when you started the pod.
He can start remembering that as the day I started neglecting him on Sundays. Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud.
Can't wait for the 5-year anniversary when we can start having Bailey Walsh takes on the pod.
Yeah, top 5.
Can't wait.
Just
Can't wait.
you know how Roger Ebert had the famous TV show where they would just give a thumbs up, thumbs down to a movie. Cam will go to the latest MCU movie, bring his son, and then Bailey will just come on just a thumbs up, thumbs down for the pod.
Yeah,
and that'll become the new
he's
viral
going.
sensation.
Can't wait, bud. You're gonna help us out. You're gonna get us huge, man.
But yeah, it's
all we
crazy
need,
that years gone past because I can't remember. I know we started with an Instagram group chat where people are always asking how did the pod start? It started as an Instagram group chat. And we did that probably in July-ish because then we transitioned over a text group chat
It was a
in
while.
August-ish.
It was a while.
It's been over a year since we started really planning this thing.
Yeah.
Which
We haven't technically hit the year yet, I don't think. I think we need 53 episodes. To
Well, no,
hit
because
that
we're
full
filming
50.
it. So
I
this
know, I'm
will
saying-
yeah, true. 53
Yeah,
will be
I think we
the
need
year
53.
anniversary technically because
But
it's
this counts.
yeah.
This counts.
This counts because it's the 52nd
Oh yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
Because the way years aren't a perfect
Well, it's been
number.
over a year since we made the idea. Anyway.
Oh yeah, well over
Yeah,
a
it's
year for
been
sure.
over a year.
But it's crazy, real quick, 'cause we're gonna be crossing 100 very shortly. We've had collabs with Raiders of the Lost Pod. We've had collabs with Key and Film. We've had Sammy J Reacts, Alex Coleman, Soups. So we've had and who is? We need to give the shout out to the patron who was a guest on a real quick
Blake.
draft. Blake. Yeah.
Blake,
So
Blake.
all the drafts or all the guests you've had, just definitely above and beyond all the stuff I could have ever thought for the pod. And the thing is, it's tough because we said, YouTube's something you have to be so patient with, and it's grown. Growing a podcast is tough. It's a meme. Everyone has a podcast these days, so it's easy to
Everyone
get
does,
discouraged and be like, oh man, our views are kind of stagnant or we're not growing as fast as we want to. But at at the end of the day, like each and every day, if you look at our subscribers, like we're growing every day, followers are growing every week. Like can't thank you all enough for the support you've been giving us throughout the year. It's crazy that we made it this far, because like I feel like time just flies, man. Like I feel like it was just yesterday.
It's really
like
crazy.
I was just thinking about like how like, man, the other day I was thinking how fun like Oscar night was for like Twitter, how wild that was. I'm like, damn, that's already been like half a year ago.
Yeah.
And we're already getting down to the point where like we're gonna start thinking of ReelTok Awards in a couple months here, and it's like
I'd started by the time I was speaking to you guys. I'd only been on TikTok for like 2.5 months. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like something's flown so quick. I feel like I've been on that fucking ages now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my like because TikTok does a thing now where it says like 1 year ago today, and like my videos were shite, man. Like it was just the worst content ever, and this is crazy.
Mine was just like IMDb filter. I just keep watching them back.
Was that already? Has it already been a year since that's
no? It's
been
been more than that was like June. Bro.
Yeah,
that
was
really?
a while.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been so long. It's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah. Well, 2 hours 59 minutes 45 seconds when you factor in the
Let's
intro
just
and the
stop
outro.
now, so like we just don't hit the 3 mark.
Well,
Thank you, everyone.
I think
for
we
the
already
year.
passed it because the
Appreciate
intro and the outro. But yeah, thank you all so much for listening. 1 year in the books, and we'll see you next week for episode 53.